This is Bruce Buffer, and this is the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time for the MMA-Holes!
Mixed martial a-holes. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes. You like to be a mixed martial a-hole. MMA-Holes, 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 MMA-Holes.
No way.
From the Sonosi Studios of Arizona, UFC Vegas 8 recap. Is it the end for Smith and Lawler? MMA news with the MMA
Wonderful.
Hello, friends.
Holy holes.
This is the MMA-Holes Hour, episode number 140. How are you?
Wonderful, wonderful. How are you?
Wonderful.
Wonderful. We're going to be discussing a lot of things tonight on the MMA-Holes retirements. DC was on Helwani as well, talking about that. Is he done? Is it a night of retirements? I don't know. Or maybe I do. A lot of MMA stories to get to tonight. And this is a Monday show, so let's party, right? Everyone says, let's wait for Friday night. Nah. By the way, William Knight fighting tomorrow on the Contender Series, friend of the show. We'll discuss what happened on the scales and what we think is going to happen in the Contender Series. Jesse.
Jesse.
What would you like to start with?
I actually have Mike Perry to start with. Oh.
Mike Perry.
Yeah, but it's quick, so don't worry.
All right, what's the deal with Mikey?
Mike Perry has a new list, Moss.
A lisp?
A lisp. He has a new list of 8 fighters on his kill list, he likes to call it. I think that's what he called it. Death wish list.
Oh.
Sorry.
I got a death wish list, and I'm like Kill Bill. I'm like the Floridian Kill Bill. And let me tell you something. Jingle bells. How did it go again? I forgot. How did it go again, Jesse? Your mama sucked my dick away. What was it? Something like that. I can't remember. Here, let's
I don't remember.
Let's go to here. We have to get it now. Darren Till. Good old Darren Till will help us out with this. Where is it? What?
He deleted it.
It's off. Oh, come on, Darren. Oh, this is a store. No one gives a shit about a store.
Come on, Moss.
Till 2. Here it is. Okay, let's try this one. There it is. Okay, ready? Gotta get this right.
Jingle bell, jingle bell,
Jingle bell rock. Your mom sucked
Your mom sucked my cock.
Oh my god.
And she liked it a lot.
Ah, yeah.
Jingle bell, jingle bell,
Jingle bell rock. Your mom sucked.
Your mom sucked my cock.
Oh my god.
She liked it a lot. Okay, there it is. Jingle bell. All right, so who does he want to kill?
I opened it up for you. Click on that tab. Go to the tab. No. I already had it open.
What do you want to do?
Right there.
Oh, okay. Here's his list.
Yes. So this is his death wish list. As you can see, Perry has his eyes on fights with Nico Price, Nicholas Dalby, Daniel Rodriguez, Emil Meek, Khamzat Chimaev, Mitchell Pereira, Munir Lazez, and Darren Till. Several of these fighters have found themselves in his crosshairs before, most notably Darren Till, who now competes in the UFC middleweight division.
But who are some of these guys? I don't even know some of these guys.
What do you mean you
Who's
don't
the guy
know
with the
some of these
glasses? Yeah, there's like 4 guys. I have no idea who they are.
Nico Price.
Okay, I know him.
Nicholas Dalby.
All right, which one's he?
Daniel Rodriguez.
Which one's Dalby? I don't even know. I can't remember who the hell Dalby is. All right, Daniel Rodriguez. Which one is he? Who's that guy? I'm assuming he's the Spanish guy on the bottom right over there. Okay.
Okay.
Who? What?
Emil Meek.
Who the fuck is that guy?
Emil Meek. All right, I know that guy. That guy's the bottom left.
Yeah.
All right, I know him.
Khamzat Chimaev.
All right, that's Ratlip on the top right. Got that.
Mitchell Pereira.
All right, he's under Ratlip.
Munir Lazez.
What?
Who the fuck is that guy?
Who the hell is that guy?
And Darren Till.
Oh, that's Cyclops on the bottom right.
So you just don't know the three.
Yeah, there's 3 of them. I have no idea. All right, so Mike Perry's gonna fight all these guys, and what at one time?
What? No. No, this is his death wish list. As of late, I guess.
Oh,
Jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Your mom sucked my cock.
Oh my god.
And she liked it a lot.
oh, okay. There you go. So Mike Perry's got a death list over here. So who does he say who he wants first on this list?
No, he didn't. But apparently they've all, had encounters with Perry in the past. So I don't think it matters to him. He just wants to destroy them all.
All right. When did Nico Price get locked up with Mike Perry? Like,
I don't know.
Seems like a nice guy. All
I
right.
don't know.
Who would you, out of this list, who would you want to see Mike Perry fight?
Darren Till.
Darren Till. Okay. Don't you think but Darren Till fighting at middleweight, isn't that like a little ridiculous now? Is that
No.
kind of out of the,
Nah.
Darren Till's got bigger fish to fry?
Nah.
Okay. What
Or
about Ratlip?
Khamzat Chimaev.
You don't want to see him fight Ratlip?
That'd be a good fight.
All right. Let's see what the chat would like Mike Perry to fight next. Let's just get in there and fight. Bring Latoya, Letitia, whatever the hell her name is.
Steve, no, it's
Tamakwa.
no, it's starts with an L.
Laquanda.
No, it's what's her name again? It starts
Labisha.
with an L, I think. I don't know.
Latora.
Bigger fries to fish, says Alex Lovell. Moronic Emergency UFC 254 is stacked already. Johnny Smith, his mom. Marker says Alex. Drunk Savage says Ratlip would be a good fight. Carper Tom Perry versus Till. Felony Charles Bennett says
Hey.
LOL.
Hey, Charles, how you doing?
Jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Your mom sucked my cock.
Oh my god.
And she liked it a lot.
We're in the holiday spirit tonight. All right. Okay, so that's Mike Perry, crowbarring himself into the news. Now, last night there were some fights, okay? And Smith Rakic versus the MMA-Holes, right? We fought them on Saturday night. It was fantastic. Mm-hmm. Anthony Smith takes an L. I am not surprised. He also said afterwards that Rakic felt very big and strong and powerful, and the weigh-ins, they really do tell you a lot. It's crazy. I'm telling you, if you're going to make picks and fights, just check out the weigh-ins. Look at these two guys staring at each other, and you can just see that Rakic was just too big for him, And that's what happened. He kind of mauled him for 3 rounds.
Well, not even 3 rounds. 2 rounds and 4 minutes and 53 seconds. That's how long he mauled him.
And now Anthony Smith is questioning himself, right? He's questioning himself as a fighter. No, he's a really likable guy. Here's the thing. I've been busting chops, Jesse's chops for a while about Anthony Smith. Just trying to tell, listen, at light heavyweight, I don't see anything. Maybe he can hang around in the top 5, but he's not getting any belts anytime soon. Even with Jon Jones gone,
Sure he is.
he's not getting a stinking belt. And now he's wondering, well, should I go back to middleweight?
Yes. According to Bloody Elbow, Anthony Smith contemplating a middleweight return after his UFC Vegas 8 loss. It took Anthony Smith a full decade of fighting at middleweight before deciding to make a jump to light heavyweight. Lionheart did achieve a success at 205 pounds, landing himself a title shot after a 3-fight win streak and first-round knockout wins over former champions. These days, Smith is on a 1-2 run, with his most recent loss happening on Saturday against Alexander Rakic. Now on his first 2-fight skid in 7 years, he's facing a crossroad in his career, one that involves dropping back down to his first home weight class. He said, quote, I think I've got some big decisions to make in my career and figure out where we're going to go from here. It's super frustrating to lose to a guy that you feel that you can beat. I don't know. 185 is still really tough. It's a total lifestyle change and it's year round. It's not one of those things where I can get into camp and change my diet and cut down. It's a complete lifestyle change. I guess that's one of the options. I guess the other option is to take some time off and get bigger. I don't know. I've got some things to decide on. Smith knows the struggle of making the middleweight limit, but also sees the steep competition that lies ahead at light heavyweight.
He should go up to heavyweight. That's what you should go, right? Just keep
Yes.
on going up until it works out for him.
It's a great idea.
Listen, if he can get back down to middleweight, yeah, he can have a little fun over there. You know, maybe he has a run to make in that weight class. There are a couple of guys in there I see would be problematic for Smith. I think he's just kind of stuck. He's kind of stuck in the mud here. 33-16-0. The guy's been fighting for a while. And like I said, he seems like a real nice guy. He went to the peak against the Jon Jones. Didn't work out well for him. And I think that was the highest we're going to see Anthony Smith go. What do you think about him dropping down to middleweight?
Listen, he has the discipline for it. And he did say it would be a complete lifestyle change. It's not going to be like, oh, he has to cut weight for this camp like he does at light heavy. It's going to be every day he has to watch what he's eating and how he's taking care of his body and things like that. And I think that alone can dissuade him.
You want to see a fat Izzy, Jesse?
Yeah, sure.
Check this out. He's fat now.
Yikes.
You like that?
Love it.
He's fat. There he is. I don't know. I fucked around. Okay, anyway. Let's look at the middleweight division. The champion Izzy sitting right there. You got Robert Whittaker, Paulo Costa, Jared Cannonier, Hermanson, Yoel Romero. Yeah. I don't know, Anthony. I don't know what you want me to say. You think he beats Israel Adesanya?
No. No. I love Anthony Smith a lot, and I usually give him a little more leeway with my picks, as I shouldn't, but I do anyways. But when I would not, it would be an Adesanya fight. There's just no way. There's no way.
Bobby Knuckles?
No.
No, you don't think he beats Whittaker? This version of Whittaker?
This version of Whittaker, yes. Prime Whittaker, maybe not. I mean, you could argue he's still in his prime, but he's not looking great lately. So perhaps if it were a striking exchange. But Whittaker's a great striker. You know, he's phenomenal on the feet. So that'd be a tough one to call. But
what do you think in the chat? Anthony Smith moving to middleweight. Would you like it? Do you think he can make a push over there, or is it not looking good for the Lionheart?
Aiden Oliveira says, NH, hope you're having a great day. Eric Nelson, El General. Matt Stone says, NH, my nephew is Aiden and turned 16 last weekend. Aiden says, Izzy would destroy Smith. Copper Tom, you're wonderful, wonderful too. Marker says, nah, double champ. No, Henry Solstice, I think Smith getting hit in the head by Jones. AM Smith to Bellator. Drunk Savage, sup Nick. Henry Solstice, that knee to the head. Steve Sparks, stay at 205 and bop around. Copper Tom, he will get wrecked. Flat Earth Deacon, no way. Jeremiah, retire. Henry Solstice says, did something to the mind. Aiden Oliveira, Smith is a gatekeeper now. Drunk Savage Joel will murder him. Nick C. Smith, list to intruder. Gary Banjo Sandwich says, okay, and that's it.
All right. So, did you want to pulling anything on DC, or you want me just to talk about him on the fly?
No, I couldn't find anything.
Okay. So Daniel Cormier is back on the Ariel Helwani show. Ariel and Daniel, or whatever the hell it's called, the ESPN show, their MMA show, and I actually like it. I like their chemistry. I think they're gonna fuck, and that's hot.
Gay lord.
But
yummy.
Daniel Cormier spoke about his fight. It does seem like the people that did call it that Daniel was going to retire. I think you were one of them, right? You think Daniel was going to retire?
Yep.
As of this point, it looks like he is indeed done, and he's moving on to that next next chapter of his life. So maybe I took one on the chin with this one. Maybe the Mystical got one wrong. We'll see. I got to give him a year because you never know. These fighters, they're retired. It's the end, yada, yada, farewell. And next thing you know, they're fighting again. It did seem, after today, more likely that Daniel Cormier is going to follow his other ventures. And I would think that's the smart move. The way he was speaking, and he was talking about Stipe Miocic and what is next for him. And if he...
Shopping during a pandemic.
Come on, Chrome. I'm talking.
Smith is like a pit bull that has been neutered. He has lost all his aggression.
Ooh, man. Jesse, what do you think? That's your guy, so I'll let you handle that.
I disagree. I think at middleweight he would show a little more promise. Listen, would I like to see him get a title at middleweight? I think it would be nice, or at least fight for the title, but there are still some fighters that I don't know if he'd have trouble getting past or not. But I don't think he's done yet.
Well, what about the fact that he's a pit bull is neutered?
I said I disagree.
Okay. So,
shopping during a pandemic.
Come on, T-Man. Happy birthday.
It's been a while. Thank you, Holes, for the birthday wishes. I can't believe that I am 25 now.
Wow.
Love you holes forever and always.
T-Man, thank you so much. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's your birthday. And T-Man, if you don't know who he is, he's a featured channel on the MMA-Holes. Real nice guy. He does like little musical medleys and dances around. He's got a Twitch channel as well. 25 years old. We put a tweet out to T-Man. Let me just show you. This is an actual
Teaminator.
This is actually really him. Hold on a second. Where is it?
Pretty funny.
Let's go over to the MMA-Holes. And here he is. Look at T-Man. Wow. He's got some big boobies, T-Man. What's he pulling out? Oh, what's this?
Whoa, T-Man.
He's got a little bottle in his boobs.
Little present for himself.
Shout out to T-Man. You are wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
And you know what? Let's just sing happy birthday to you, man. He's a good friend of the show. We've known him for many years. Oh, shit. Well, I didn't think we were going to do this tonight, Jesse, but T-Man is 25 years old. Very good friends. And I think it's time for the chat room to sing with us. You ready? Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to T-Man. Happy birthday to you. You know, Jesse. All right. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to T-Man. Happy birthday to you. Now, Jesse.
Yeah?
We've known T-Man for many years now.
Yeah, it's true.
He's been a friend. He's probably one of the first friends. Why is there an echo? I don't know. He's been a friend of ours for a long time. And at 25 years old, oh my God. There's only one thing to say, you know?
I know.
Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to you! Happy birthday to T-Man! Happy birthday to you!
Why'd you cut it off short, Moss? I was in the moment.
T-Man, happy birthday. All right. Go subscribe to T-Man. He's wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Jesus, look what you did, T-Man.
Shopping during a pandemic.
Did struggle to beat a 150-pound crackhead. He ain't winning anytime soon.
Okay. Thank you, Chrome. Appreciate that. So, getting back to the Daniel Cormier thing, okay, he was saying that Stipe Miocic, if he jumps back in there, he's taken too many strikes to the head. It would be problematic if he takes a guy like Francis Ngannou. Francis Ngannou probably would win the rematch and knock him the fuck out.
Yeah,
Even if he fought Jon Jones, it would be a problem. So he feels that Stipe Miocic needs some time
Shopping
to
during
heal the
a
brain.
pandemic.
I agree.
Here we got Mark coming in.
Sup my holes. Just interrupting Moss.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. God damn it, you son of a bitch.
Wonderful,
Oh,
wonderful.
God.
So, what do you think about this? You know, I never really thought about
No, I agree.
looking at it in this way when it comes to fighters taking damage.
So, I can't remember where I heard it from, but I heard somewhere that when a fighter could go their whole career without ever getting knocked out, but then the moment they get knocked out, they kind of lose their chin. It happened with Chris Weidman, and it happened with Luke Rockhold. Like, if you think about it, if a fighter is consistently taking damage, come on.
My name is Troll, and I'm a special hole. I'm shirtless and alone again. Internet is my only friend. It's Christmas, hooray! I sit and watch MMA. No girlfriend this year, but I have my hand. Sit in front of computer, making fun of people. No avatar to hide my gremlin face.
Wow, it's Christmas.
Oh yes, it's Christmas. I am so hideous. Maybe Santa will bring me a pocket pussy.
Man, oh man.
Chrome.
Happy birthday T-Man aka the Stephen Hawking of the manholes.
Jesus. Well, that was sort of nice. Thank you, Chrome. Appreciate that. Jesse, see if you can get this thought out real quick. Another donation's coming in.
All I'm gonna say is I completely agree, and I can see why if a fighter is taking tremendous amounts of damage, like if you see a fighter get rocked more and more, they're just gonna continue to get rocked until they have that time to heal. And Stipe's been rocked in a lot of his past fights, so yeah, he should take time.
We got Milton.
Jaldi, I mean howdy, how are you too? Happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday to T-Man.
Yappy birthday.
He turned 25. Thank you, Milton. Appreciate that. Yappy.
Yes, he should take time off. He should rest. I don't know if it's going to heal his getting rocked all the time, but it would certainly, it has to do some sort of benefit towards him. I don't think he should go into I completely agree. Francis Ngannou or Jon Jones, they clip him once. Look at what DC did, and DC didn't even intend to knock him out. Like, if Francis Ngannou, with that fucking power, clips Stipe once, he is lights out in seconds. Same with Jon Jones. Like, it would be silly for Stipe to take any of those fights early on. Well, he should wait.
DC did intend to knock him out, but I mean, I think the way it happened was a way that was a little surprising to some.
It's not how Francis Ngannou or Jon Jones would knock him out.
But that's the thing. Like, looking at these fights now, and this I might be using this for picking fights as well. How quick is the turnaround? What kind of fight was it the first time around? You know, like, so say if Anthony Smith, for instance, comes out of that Rakic fight and he got completely dominated there. Let's go even further back to Glover Teixeira, how he got his face beaten in. You got to look and see how long did he rest himself before he got back in. You know, because this man gets punched. I mean, his teeth are falling out of his head. It's not going to be a good night for him. It's interesting. Stipe Miocic coming back to defend against who? You got a monster in Ngannou who he beat already. You got Jon Jones lurking in the shadows. It's fascinating to see what will Stipe do. Will he hold on and just kind of wait it out? He's saying that he wants to box. That's kind of stupid. I mean, not stupid for him. He'll make a lot of money, but stupid as an MMA fan. Don't have any interest in that. Do you have any interest in Stipe boxing? No. But
I do have an article. This kind of leads into our next story, Moss. If you scroll up a little bit.
Yeah.
Right there. Oh, I don't know why there's two pictures of them. That's weird.
It's beautiful.
So Jon Jones makes a pitch to fight Stipe next to kind of jump the line from Francis and takes a shot at Brock Lesnar as well.
Wait. So he's calling out Brock Lesnar?
He took a shot at Brock Lesnar, but he wants Stipe. He wants to be Stipe's next fight.
Oh, Jon Jones is calling out Brock.
Yeah, Jon Jones took a shot at Brock Lesnar, but he is looking to jump the line over Francis and get the shot at Stipe next.
Well, you know what, Jesse? If Stipe Miocic fights Ngannou, if that's the fight that they put together, which Ngannou does deserve the title fight, I still think Stipe will fight Jon. If the UFC is saying, listen, Jon, we have to make this Ngannou fight. You're going to have to hang out. Brock Lesnar coming back in. Now, was Brock like 44? How old is Brock Lesnar now?
That's a good question. I actually don't know how old he is.
It makes sense for Jon to take a fight like that. It does. A super crazy fight where he gets paid $1 gazillion, and then it doesn't matter.
Super chat. You all are fun critter fritters, smoke hash.
Fun critter fritters, Moss. How do you feel about that?
I pride myself on being a fun critter fritter. So thank you for that donation.
Wonderful.
I appreciate the compliment. How old's Brock Lesnar?
It doesn't say, but it does say that he has not competed since July 2016 at UFC 200.
Yeah, that was ass. That was against Mark Hunt. Yeah.
Shortly thereafter, the UFC announced Lesnar had retired for a second time in 6 years.
Yeah, I mean, listen, how old? He's 43. He's my age. Oh, man, way too old to be fighting, Jesse. But then you have to throw him in the USADA pool and all that shit, and he got in trouble the last time, and would I be opposed? No.
Well, this is all he said. Basically, like, news surfaced that Brock Lesnar was once again a free agent, so Jon Jones just put a tweet out there that said, Brock, I'll beat your ass too. That's all it said. It wasn't like, I challenge you to a fight.
You know what, though? You throw it out there and hope
Shopping during a pandemic.
No, I see what he's doing. Mark.
Francis Ngannou will lose again. Jon needs get the fuck in line and wait his goat nut turn.
I agree. But here's what Jon said. He said Stipe versus Francis is a high risk, low reward. Stipe versus myself actually makes a lot of sense for both of us. Now you actually have a super fight. Stipe loses, the fight is gone. By the time he heals up, my body weight should be right where it needs to be. The fight lines up perfectly. Stipe asked for a new challenge. Why not fight the light heavyweight GOAT? Besides, we're way closer in size. What's more exciting than that? Looking at it from Stipe's point of view, fighting Francis again is definitely more of a lose situation than a win. Stipe doesn't want to fight Francis again because the first fight really wasn't close.
Yeah, listen, we all know. I mean, this is very obvious. This is something I've been speaking about for weeks now and saying that Jon Jones wants Stipe. You know, the DC thing, the ship has sailed. So now he's seen him go 3 fights with DC. He went the distance. He got knocked out once on a guy that Jon defeated twice. So Jon's looking at this like, I can fucking snatch this belt.
I believe it. I believe Jon Jones could snatch the belt from Stipe. Listen,
it's very possible.
His chin is slowly deteriorating. And listen, it's not that he has a glass chin yet or anything like that, but you can see.
Well, I mean, no, wait, hold on.
Quick.
Yeah, he got clipped by DC a couple of times, but
I feel with Jon Jones' head kicks and stuff, it would be game over for Stipe.
A rested Stipe Miocic versus a Jon Jones moving up, who Jon Jones is a big light heavyweight as is, you know, when it comes to his height and his reach and everything like that. So he should, in theory, be fine in heavyweight, at heavyweight. And like I said, fighting a guy that went 3 fights with a guy he defeated twice already. You know, he probably says, I could probably match up well against this guy.
Yeah.
But let's pump the brakes here and say that Stipe, who is what, 35 now? How old is Stipe Miocic?
Let me check for you.
Jon is what, 31 or 32? It's got to be his early 30s.
38.
All right, Stipe's 38. And how old is Bones? Bones is what?
He's younger.
Yeah, he's got to be his early 30s. 32, maybe? Wow, Stipe's 38. He's 33. All right, 38 versus 33. If Stipe, man, I tell you what, he's pushing 40. Ooh, it's tough, man.
Yeah.
That's a tough one to pick. You got to favor Stipe.
Shopping during a pandemic.
Yo, Shannon. When you gonna let my boy drunk getting them drawers? He got the key to lock that motherfucker down. He can change your life, girl. He'll butter your biscuits like a box of Bisquick. Back that ass up like a Tonka trunk. For my nigga drunk.
Thank you,
All
Chrome.
right.
Yeah, Shannon and drunk should definitely hit the skins. I'm with him on that. Listen, I want to say Jon Jones would win because I still believe that Jon Jones is the GOAT. But I'm trying to be realistic when it comes to the fact that Stipe Miocic is that good.
You don't realistically think Jon Jones could overpower him?
I mean, Stipe,
or at least go the distance.
Stipe, he made the recipe to beat Ngannou. I think Ngannou runs Jones over. Stipe beat Francis Ngannou, weathered the storm in the first round, and then fucking outdone him the rest of the fight. So I honestly believe Stipe's very smart. Like he doesn't articulate himself very wise. You know, like the way he articulates himself is not the best. But when it comes to his fighting, look how he retooled and went into this third fight. And he fought a beautiful fight against Daniel Cormier. You know, even down to the eye poke. Great strategy. I think Stipe Miocic is way smart. His fight IQ is there. He prepares correctly. He's tall. He could strike. He could take you down. He could beat you anyway. I might have to go with Stipe with an edge. I have to. The most title defense.
What about if it went the distance?
If it went the distance? No, I think Stipe wins. I do. I really do. But I believe that Jon Jones has a better shot against Stipe than he does Ngannou. I believe the matchup favors Bones a little bit more there. So his path to the belt, it makes more sense. Stipe Miocic.
I don't know, man. I feel like even if it did go the distance, I feel Jones would win. I feel Jones would find, like you said, Stipe found the recipe for Ngannou. I think Jones would find the recipe for Stipe. And Jones was studying that last fight with DC and Stipe. So I don't know. I feel Jon Jones isn't the kind of person to really talk that much shit unless he always wins.
Listen,
so
I have been picking Jon Jones for years now. I have not jumped off the Jon Jones train. If you put Jon Jones against Stipe Miocic at heavyweight, it's a very tough fight for me to pick and clearly say who's going to win. I say Stipe now. As we get closer, I might be like, fuck this, Bones. At this stage of the game, a Jon Jones bulking up, a Stipe Miocic, he is 38. That does concern me. But I still believe Stipe, this guy gets no respect.
Yeah.
He doesn't. So I have to go with Stipe right now, at this moment. It could change, but this moment I go Stipe. Who you go with?
I'm going to go Jones.
Wow.
I would go Jones in that fight.
And you've been picking against Jon Jones for how long?
Yeah.
So explain this. You've been picking against Jones.
Watch the one time I picked Jon Jones.
Yeah, you're the kryptonite.
Yeah, and he's going to lose.
You've been picking against Jones like his last 4 fights.
I did not pick against him for Gustafsson, and I did not pick against him for who was the other person that he fought? I picked against him for Reyes,
you picked against him,
and Anthony Smith.
And Santos you picked against him. That's 3 fights.
Did I pick against him for Santos?
Yeah, 3 fights.
I don't think I picked against him for Santos.
You did.
All I have to do is check my Tapology. Hold on. I'm pretty sure I didn't. I'm pretty sure I picked Jon Jones.
Regardless of the fact, I don't understand how anyone could pick against Jon Jones at light heavyweight. But we're talking about the unknown with heavyweight. We don't know what to expect with Jon Jones at heavyweight. He might go up there and just annihilate everyone. It's possible. 33 years old, still very young. Has he really been battle tested? I mean, if you think about it, he's had like long layoffs from every time he's been suspended.
Pandemic.
Ngannou only had 4 weeks to train for the fist Stipe fight. Give Francis a longer camp and he beats Stipe.
It's very possible. DC said the same thing. It's very possible that Ngannou wins the rematch. Very, very possible.
I don't have it on my Tapology. Shit.
Just go to your fight briefing or some shit like that.
Yeah, I'll have
Actually,
to go
it might
back.
be before.
I'm pretty sure I picked Jones in the Santos fight.
We got to go. Just go to the Fight Buddies, and you'll figure it out. Michael
I'll have
Anzalone,
to go
where the hell
back
are you?
and
Thank you, Chrome. Thank you, everyone that's donating tonight. I don't know. Like, I really want to bounce this around in my head and say who would win this fight. At this moment, I just think Stipe is a very good argument as the GOAT of the heavyweight division. Very, very good argument you can make. Now, there's other guys that, I mean, the Coutures and...
I mean, it's a fair argument given how much he's defended his belt. I mean, that alone is enough to put that into the argument. I'm just saying if you introduce a light heavyweight who's never fought at heavyweight before, who is known for winning all of his fights, I feel like it kind of changes the game a little bit.
Why is Kamen Rider saying have respect over and over? For who? Respect for who? Jon Jones or Stipe?
No, he's trying to get on my ass because I'm not choosing Stipe because it's not what he would choose. So
oh, is he talking about Stipe? I don't know who he's talking about.
He's just being a big baby. Just ignore him.
Well, I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm just curious.
Stop being a big baby. Not everybody has the same opinion as
Let me know in the chat, who do you think would win? And it looks like that's the fight that's going to... I mean, the Brock Lesnar thing, it doesn't... Too many things have to happen for that to come together.
Yeah.
So I think Jones and Stipe is next. I think he's going to cut the line. And who wins is what I want to know in the chat. Who wins?
Mike H says Drunk Savage is the super goat. Jonathan Boyle Jones. Kevin from Chicago joins the roided goat. Rel says if JVH gambled, she'd lose so much money. It's true. That's why I don't gamble.
Hey, Marco.
Steeper will snap those toothpick legs and feed them to JJ.
You have to remember, too, we have never seen Jon Jones at heavyweight. So it could go one of two ways. It can either... Jon Jones can just, like, suck miserably and just be the worst at heavyweight, and then he chooses to go back down to light heavy, where he already vacated his belt. Mm-hmm. Or he goes in there and he looks tremendous. And I'm gonna choose the second option.
By the way, I see you, Tina. Tina Fush has just become a member.
Let's go, Tina!
Tina! What up, Tina? Welcome to the White Belt Club.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Man, Tina just earned her belt, and she's gonna make it all the way to black belt. I believe in Tina.
Kevin from Chicago made a good point too. He said Jones made a living beating up smaller people than him, and this time he's gonna be up against people his size or bigger. So that is a huge factor as well.
Gustafson's bigger than him.
And Gustafsson gave him a run for his money.
Gave him a run the first time, and then the second time,
so imagine
Jones
him
ran through him
against other bigger guys.
And yeah, he had a tough time with Gustafsson the first time. He had a tough time with Dominick Reyes the last time. Reyes is equal to him.
Is Reyes bigger than him though?
Reyes is about his size, his height.
Yeah, I don't think
he's just as athletic.
Yeah,
he's
Reyes
powerful.
Is great. He's gonna be the next one to get the light heavy champ.
I tell you what, don't sleep on Blachowicz. Don't sleep on him.
Yeah, he's good. Jan's really good.
He's sneaky, man.
Yeah.
That's a good fight.
But I'm still gonna go Reyes in that fight. I would choose. I can understand choosing Jan. Jan is going to be a tremendous competitor.
It's another one that's really tough. If you look at pure athleticism, and you've seen what he's done to Jon Jones already, you have to favor Reyes. But Blachowicz is a nice under.
Jan is a fucking beast. But I don't know. I'm going to have to look into that fight a little bit more. I think I'm going to lean more towards Reyes, but before I make any decisions on that fight, I would have to look into it a little more. But I think I'm going to go Reyes.
Jon Jones just made the heavyweight division very interesting, and he made the light heavyweight interesting now because now it's new blood. So we get to see who is going to be the next person to sit on the throne. It sucks that we didn't get to see Jon, lose the belt. Someone, pass the torch to another fighter. We didn't get to really see that, but we benefit because now we see a guy who is unbeatable at light heavyweight go up to heavyweight, and now we have this huge discussion on who can win if he fights Stipe Miocic. It's a lot of fun. Things are getting very juicy here in the UFC and on the MMA holes. JBH, give me another story. Throw something at me.
All right, Mystic Moss. So we already went through Jon. I mean, I don't know if you want to talk about Brock Lesnar or not, but whatever. Alexander Rakic, remember when he...
Well, did Lesnar respond?
No, he just
forget it.
He just kind of threw something out there. So the fights this weekend, Moss. Alexander Rakic stopped 7 seconds early in that final round before...
Yeah, this is crazy, man.
He started celebrating 7 seconds before the round was even over. And he has an explanation for it now, Moss.
All right. So for those of you that don't know, Rakic beats Anthony Smith.
Yeah.
Dominates him for 3 rounds. Not sure why it was a 3-round fight, but that's what they agreed to. And, maybe we're better off because 5 rounds of that, I would have killed myself. But, yeah, 7 seconds before the fight's done, Rakic just stands up after Anthony Smith is on the floor like, I'm raped. He stands up. And he's just like, hey, you fuck you. Yeah, like celebration time. Yeah, let's go. And it's just like so awkward because the fight itself, yes, he dominated, but it was just like there really wasn't much. He just held him on the ground and just kind of said, stay here. It wasn't like fireworks. It wasn't anything to really celebrate. You beat Anthony Smith. That's great. Anthony Smith got annihilated by Glover Teixeira. His teeth were falling out of his head. You didn't see Glover get up and start celebrating. He was apologizing. So to see Rakic do this, I understand you're happy, but pump the brakes. Let's hear his reasoning. I don't know if he's going to be able to.
So he said,
redeem himself.
I love to do a little bit of a show, but only if I deserve it. And I think I deserved to put on a show like this. I saw the clock and I saw, 7 seconds left. And so I go, okay, I'm going to stand up and celebrate a little bit because he was already done. He didn't even want to stand up. And then he stood up. It's a fight business, but we also have to give something for the audience.
All right. We're gonna have you read this again after we get through these donations over here.
Super chat.
It's so ridiculous.
Jones will be a mall cop after his loss.
Oh, snap, Milton. Mall cop. Actually, shouldn't DC be
Jon
the mall
Jones,
cop now? Because
mall cop.
He's the shape of Kevin. What's his name? Kevin James? It's Kevin James, right? All right,
Jon Jones.
Thank
mall
you, Milton.
Cop.
Appreciate the donation. Do you think Jon Jones could be a mall cop after Stipe beats
The
him?
next mall cop movie.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Jon Jones could be an act in movies. He would be a good villain in a movie or some shit like that. I could see it.
Yeah, he's got, you know what it is? He's got those dead eyes. Like he can look at something and
Shopping
just
during a
Why the hell? How come he hasn't dabbled into that shit?
Put on a show. This nigga almost put me to sleep with his performance.
Yeah.
Well, not according to him.
All right, so read it again. What was
Okay.
his excuse?
I love to do a little bit of a show, but only if I deserve it, and I think I deserve to put on a show like this. I saw the clock and I saw, 7 seconds left, and so I go, okay, I'm going to stand up and celebrate a little bit. Because he was already done. He didn't even want to stand up, and then he stood up. It's the fight business, but we also have to give something for the audience.
So you mean to tell me, Rakic,
I did this for you.
so you mean to tell me, call me crazy, but wouldn't an outstanding performance be the excitement for the audience? We're not tuning in to watch you celebrate. We're tuning in to watch you beat the shit out of somebody.
We're tuning in to watch an exciting fight.
Yeah, like dazzle
That you
us.
didn't put on.
So you're telling me you're just going to hold him down on the ground for 3 rounds, and then you're going to get up, and the dazzle part is like, wait for it now, celebration time. Yeah, baby. Yeah, for the fans. Jazz hands. 7 seconds of dazzling. Is that what you're talking? Who the fuck are you fooling? Who are you fooling, man? Are you kidding me? That is the biggest pile of bullshit I've ever heard in my life. Come on. What is that?
Oh, God.
What did you think when you read this?
It sounded to me like more excuses coming from a fighter.
I don't understand. Just say, hey, listen. I'm happy that I dominated, Maybe it could have been a little bit more exciting for the fans. Tune into the next fight. I'll dominate the next person. Excuse me, we move on. But I mean, the 7 seconds standing back up, like, I so wanted Anthony Smith to somehow dig very deep and just get up and just crack him. You know? Hey, look at me. I'm dazzling the fans. Ah, you mother. Hey, I'm trying to entertain the fans. I'm trying to entertain the fans. Like, why not? I don't know. I feel like he talks like this.
I don't know where it's coming from.
Have you heard him speak?
No.
I mean, his name is Alexander Rakic. I mean, I'm assuming he has an accent. I never heard an interview from the guy. I've seen him fight a gazillion times, but never heard an interview. But I feel he talks like this, you know? I just want to dazzle you now. 7 seconds, stand up. Come on, Anthony Smith. I'm trying to dazzle the fans.
Oh, God. It would have been great if Anthony Smith did get up and fucking pummeled him.
Yeah, that would have been great. But, I mean, that's how you know you really beat someone down. You get up 7 seconds before the fight's over, and you're like, this guy's not even getting up. Let me dazzle the fans.
Yeah. Listen. What are you going to do?
I don't know. I know what I'm going to do. I am going to root against him in the next fight.
Yeah, listen, it was off-putting to watch, you know? Whenever you see a fighter start, it was like on the Contender Series, was it last weekend or 2 weekends ago? When you see a fighter start celebrating or they end a fight before the fight's actually ended, it is frustrating to watch. But at the same time, we're not in their shoes. I mean, I don't know what's going on in their head.
You can't. I mean, come on with this guy. Who's he fooling? That's how he's gonna get the fans going. First of all, there's no fans in the building, so I could just imagine. We didn't hear anything, like, because we just do our reactions. So I'm just trying to picture this. Okay, he gets up with 7 seconds left in the fight. Everyone's falling asleep there. Like, you got the judges and you got the announcers. You got I think Dana White was in the building. Was he? I don't even know.
I don't know.
So it's completely quiet in there. Hey, dazzle time. Like, I'm just picturing no one saying anything, silence, and this. Wow. All right, anyway, I got to move on. I can't sit here too long, or because I'm not dazzling the fans, Jesse.
Yeah. All right. Neil Magny admits his win over Robbie Lawler was bittersweet and explains an attitude change that led to his win streak.
Shopping during a pandemic.
Here comes Chrome.
I made it, Moss. I fucking made it. The Vice is over at midnight. Just know nuts will be busted 24/7 around the clock for the next coming days.
Oh.
Wow, you really did not ejaculate for a complete month?
I don't believe you.
Man.
I don't believe you.
In honor of Chrome not ejaculating or being able to ejaculate now, I'm going to celebrate with my jazz hands. Yes, dazzle the fans. Rake it, share. Look at me. I win.
Oh, God. Okay. According to MMA Fighting, Neil Magny has known for years that he would be a difficult challenge for Robbie Lawler, but he didn't get to prove that until UFC Vegas 8 on Saturday night. Over 3 rounds, Magny dominated Lawler on the feet and on the ground to ultimately win a lopsided decision. As great as the victory was for Magny, as he added a third former UFC welterweight champion to his resume, it was also tough to beat a fighter he respected so much. In fact, Magny explained prior to the fight that training sessions with Lawler while he was still in college ultimately led him to pursue mixed martial arts as a career. Back in 2015, Magny was riding a 7-fight win streak with a pair of Performance of the Night awards under his belt, and it appeared he was moving closer and closer to title contention.
Super chat.
Here comes Milton.
Jones could do Richard Pryor stunt next for real.
Richard Pryor stunt?
What does that mean?
I mean, shout out to Richard Pryor. This is the first in 4 years. This is the first ever Richard Pryor reference.
Is it?
I have never experienced a Richard Pryor reference on the MMA Holes. This is the first. And I feel like this is a special moment in the show. Like away. Thank you for the donation, Milton. Appreciate that.
5 years later, Magny's win was also Lawler's 4th consecutive loss in a row, which is why the Haitian sensation can't help but believe the work he did in the fight might somehow be overlooked. After he was forced to take a 1.5 years off before he was ultimately exonerated by the United States Anti-Doping Agency over a drug testing issue, Magny returned with a new fire that has led to 3 straight victories in 2020. According to Magny, it was the extended break that allowed him to gain a new perspective on his career, which in turn led to the dominant performances he's had lately. With
Hold
the
on.
3-fight win streak...
They're explaining the joke. They're saying he set himself on fire for smoking crack.
Gotcha.
I do not recall that. I mean, that's probably before my time. But then again, I recall Richard Pryor. All right.
With the 3-fight win streak on his record capped off with a dominant decision over Lawler, Magny hopes that his next fight will come against a higher-ranked opponent, but he's not calling out anybody by name just yet.
All right. So Robbie Lawler, it's getting difficult to watch this man compete. You know, you got to think Ruthless, if he was in his prime, would have knocked Magny's head off.
He got suffocated in this fight, Moss.
And now he's becoming a meme. They're joking around saying, throw a punch. Like it feels like he's not pulling the trigger anymore. This man used to be a killer. And now you see this shell of a champion just competing. And I don't want to be the guy to say, oh, it's time to retire. You know, like I don't want to be that guy. But in this case, it's starting to look more clear that may be the path. Or, I mean, he's not able to compete with the top guys. And Neil Magny's good. He's a solid fighter. But he's not great.
Well,
and Magny looked fantastic.
He did come back from a USADA suspension with 3-fight win streak.
No, Neil Magny, listen, he's a solid fighter. Like I said before. But he never really panned out after The Ultimate Fighter. You know, he just was like an up-and-down guy. And he looks very good as of late. But, I mean, if you look at who he's beating, RDA just owned him. You know? And look at RDA. RDA can't fight the top guys at 170. So, to look like this against Neil Magny, I wish he would have been, looked a little bit better in this fight. Did I expect much? No. I did expect Neil to win. But it's just not fun, man, anymore. Robbie Lawler just getting owned like this is just not cool. And seeing a guy that doesn't look like he has that killer instinct anymore, that's not what I want in my Robbie.
Yeah, it was really disappointing to watch. I still can't get it out of my head how I felt watching that fight. Like, most often than not, or more often than not, whenever we see fights like this where one fighter's just getting mauled all 3 rounds, you tend to go, man, it's kind of, like, the fight kind of sucks, like it is, But with it being Robbie Lawler who is getting mauled by Neil Magny, no less, it just made it, like, the feeling of your heart just sinking watching it,
I see bare knuckle in there. I mean, listen, some people may not want to see that, but yeah, I'm in. I'm in. Would you like to see him bare knuckle?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Yeah?
Yep.
I'm sorry, did I cut you off? What were we saying?
Nothing.
Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize.
It's fine.
Did it mean anything?
Apparently not. You weren't listening.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I just saw a bare knuckle in there. Yeah, but Robbie Lawler used to be must-see TV. Every time he would fight, it was like you would stop what you're doing. You're like, watch this Robbie fight. Ever since the Tyron Woodley fight, not so much. No more must-see TV anymore. It's not like it is. It was, I should say. Look at his record over here. Lost to Neil Magny, Colby Covington, Ben Askren, Rafael Dos Anjos. Beat Donald Cerrone, but not really. I thought Donald he should have had the win, even though it was a unanimous decision. Don't let that fool you. After that Tyron Woodley fight, when he lost the belt, it was all downhill. So bizarre. So bizarre. And how old is he now? He is 38. Yeah. I don't know, Jess. What would you say, though? Like, fight out his contract? I don't know how many fights he has left. We threw bare knuckle out there, but what would you think Robbie should do?
Retire.
That's it, huh?
Yep. I say throw together a retirement fight.
Throw together a retirement fight. I just don't think he's ready to let it go.
He's not. He said he wants to go on for 3 more years.
3 more years. All right, so if the UFC is like, hey, man, enough's enough. I think he's a former champ, so I think the UFC just hold on to him. I don't think they cut him. He might turn into like what Cowboy Cerrone is. You just kind of throw him in there and see what happens. Like if you put Robbie Lawler against a Mike Perry, that would be a good fight. Who do you think would win that fight?
Against Mike Perry?
Yes.
I would venture to say Mike Perry.
Wow.
Like, given what we saw on Saturday night, if we get this same type of Lawler every time now, then I would say Mike Perry. If we get explosive Robbie Lawler, the legend that we're used to seeing, then I would say Lawler. But it's difficult to tell at this point what kind of Lawler we're going to get.
Isn't it crazy we live in a world right now where we would actually favor Mike Perry versus Robbie Lawler? It's nuts. This is the Robbie that we're seeing right now. I don't know why. I don't know what happened, but Tyron took his soul. Let's see what the chat says. Robbie Lawler versus Mike Perry. Who would you pick in that fight if that thing ever came to fruition?
Greg Blaze says he should have retired when he got choked out by Ben Askren. Cayman Ryder, I think Robbie should retire. He's already made a lot of money.
Kainoto.
Well said, Jesse. I think we've been spoiled by his feats in the cage that we just keep watching and keep waiting for him to do something. Yeah. I'd like to see him in Bellator as Dana's Trojan horse. Robbie greater than Perry. Tailor made for ruthless.
Okay. So he goes, and he's saying Robbie beats Perry. I think that's a fight that kind of is starting to make sense. I also think the UFC is going to keep him as long as he's not like getting knocked. He's not getting knocked out. He just doesn't look great. He's still a former champ in the UFC. When they have former champs, they let him linger longer than they should. You know, look at BJ Penn, for God's sakes. They gave him a gazillion chances to come back. So I think the UFC holds on to him. I don't think he goes anywhere else. I really don't. But it would be interesting to see him fight. I don't want to see him fight in Bellator. Nope.
Why?
I'd rather see bare knuckle, to be honest.
Well, what if bare knuckle never offers a contract?
They'd be crazy not to offer him a contract.
What if they don't?
I mean, listen. If Robbie Lawler hits the market, right, and you look at the money they're dumping in these Paige Van Zamps and stuff like that, they would do anything in their power to get a former champ like Robbie Lawler. Robbie and his knuckles. You know, I think Lawler would be I mean, he might get brain damage. But I would rather see that.
Based off of what we've seen lately, now he has shown his striking, even in the fights that he's lost, he's shown, you know, some pretty incredible power in his striking at times. But based off of what we've seen lately, especially in this most recent fight, he didn't want to throw a punch. Like, how good do you really think he's going to be in BKFC if he's completely laid back on throwing strikes?
In his fights that he's not throwing a punch, maybe he's afraid of the takedown and trying to, you know, brace himself for a possible takedown. Colby Covington is a legit threat at taking you down to the ground. So is Neil Magny. So maybe in those two fights where he was hesitant.
Ben Askren's a good wrestler.
Another one.
And he went charging in, like swinging the first round.
The reason why he went charging in on Ben Askren is Ben Askren's a straight-up can. He was completely overrated, and a lot of people, including myself,
were hoping saying he wasn't threatened by Ben Askren.
No.
So that's why he went in.
Yes.
Now, okay, fair enough.
I'm telling you right now, the reason why Robbie's hesitant in his fights is I don't think it's because, you know, he's scared. You know, I think there's something there that he's afraid of.
Like a defense.
Like, not afraid, but he's wary of the takedown, and he's not going berserker mode because he is older, and you know these guys are the top guys in the weight class.
Lawler has literally turned into Johnny Hendricks 2.0 after losing the belt. Same thing happens to Big Rig.
Right? It is true. What happened to Johnny Hendricks? I mean, that guy was like, he was putting people to sleep. He beat GSP. I don't care what anyone says. That man took GSP's life. And that was it. He went to bare knuckle. I think if you just put Robbie in a completely striking situation, it would be fascinating to watch. You know? But I don't think any of that's going to happen.
During a pandemic.
Got Kanodo.
I don't want to see Robbie Knuckles in BKB. It's like breaking up with a girl you really loved. You don't want the worst for her. You want her to have a smooth transition into her next relationship. With a black dude. BKB is too extreme.
Let me touch on this bare knuckle, and this sounds like Ariel Helwani too. Ariel Helwani's like, ew, icky, bare knuckle. Bare knuckle is cuts. That's what it is, right?
But it's more damage to your face, and the more scar tissue, the harder it is to have more fights. Because if the doctors keep stopping the fights, if you have too much scar tissue on your face.
This guy's 38 years old right now. If he gets a couple of scars from bare knuckle, it's not the end of the world.
Yes.
He's not really going to be breaking too many bones in bare knuckle like he would be in the UFC. The UFC, and listen, I know I might sound crazy here, but I'm talking about the limited facts that I have to work with, okay? And what we're seeing in bare knuckle, even the handbrakes are less than what we think. Their hands are inflamed, but they're not all breaking them. And we know a guy that competes in bare knuckle in Caleb Harris who is completely fine. And he's been in wars. Okay, straight up wars. So the notion that bare knuckle is this, scary, bad sport. It's not as bad as you think. It visually looks like a horror movie because their faces are all split open from the cuts. But if you push the cuts aside and you're talking about broken bones and stuff like that, it's a lot different. When your hands are wrapped with 4-ounce gloves, it's like getting hit with a rock.
I don't think people are saying like it's a bad sport or it's scary or anything like that. I think where people are coming from is if you're discussing the longevity of a fighter's career, BKFC might not be the most admirable of options because of the scar tissue and stuff like that. And like I said, if doctors keep stopping your fights because you have too much scar tissue or whatever and it's preventing your ability to fight, your career kind of gets cut short a little bit rather than if they were fighting with gloves on. So it's not that people think that BKFC is bad. It's just, it's for fighters who don't want a very long career.
Exactly. The guys and gals are coming in bare knuckle at the end of their career. And the reason why they're doing this is to get a paycheck and to just train for one skill set. They're not looking to start up at like 19 years old and have a long bare knuckle career and this and that. That's not the case. This organization is catering to people that are pretty much on the tail end. They're looking to make a couple extra bucks. Yeah, have some exciting fights and call it a day. Listen, it's kind of gross, man. There's a lot of, if you don't like icky blood and you don't like icky cuts, then stay away from the icky BKFC. But you're not dealing with elbows. You're not dealing with the shins or the knees. That's like getting hit with a bat. Think about it. You're just dealing with the knuckles. Knuckles break. You know, if you get hit with a fucking punch and they punch you the wrong way, they're not going to be able to punch you the right way the rest of the fight. Their hands all fucked up. With gloves on, you're getting hit with a rock over and over again on top of the elbows, the shins, the knees. So I think everyone that's scared of bare knuckle, you got to watch the sport and realize it's not as bad as you think it is. Now, when it comes to Robbie Lawler,
that's what I was just going to say. I can understand if people would be nervous to see him go into BKFC. Because if Robbie Lawler wants to keep fighting for 3 more years, the moment he hits BKFC, say he went in this year, he's not fighting for 3 more years. He'd fight for 1 year and then he'd be done.
Robbie is not, my personal opinion is he's going to fight out his contract in the UFC. And I think the UFC keeps him around until he's ready to stop. I really do think he's a former champ. And the UFC usually, gives him a longer leash, the former champs. You've seen it with Chris Weidman. You've seen it with these guys that just keep coming back that, people have nostalgia when they see a guy like Ruthless Robbie Lawler in there, hoping that they see something of vintage, possibilities. So I don't think Robbie's going to go over to another organization. If it does happen, I think bare knuckle's the place. Let's see what the chat says, and we got to start the clock for God's sakes. What the hell?
Various lotions and tea rubs, says Henry Solstice. Marker says, LOL. Cayman Rider, like Overeem, Carver Tom, still here just helping someone with something. Henry Solstice is essential for the gun skills. Eddie Machete is worse. Henry Solstice, those brass nicks, hot stuff. BJ Penn, I agree, says Drunk Savage. Jonathan Boyle says they'll pay him good last match and put him in Hall of Fame later on.
Yeah, Robbie's not going anywhere. He's not, listen, his best days are behind him. But he's not going anywhere.
Bones are knuckles. Broken bones are not from knuckles, says Derelius Johnson. Moronic Emergency says, how does Colby land a strike record on him?
It's kind of wild, right?
Marker, knuckle up. Big Baba Pump says, need to wink.
No.
Nice. Shopping during a pandemic.
Enjoy.
It's not an icky thing, Moss. There's just something sad about seeing a UFC great make his final stop there. It's like saying, okay, that's it, I'm fucking done. This is where my career dies. There's something sad about that.
See,
nostalgic.
I couldn't disagree more, and I understand what you're saying there, and I appreciate the donation, Kainoto. Oh man, I look at bare knuckle as a young sport. Bare knuckle is a sport right now that's just blossoming, and if you think about it, they have the contract with DAZN. They're paying big bucks for these fighters. They're getting sponsorships. They're growing quickly, and they just blew past Bellator. Bellator is in the dust, and bare knuckle's going this way. So to say that it's like, yeah, not in the UFC, and you're nostalgic, you want to see him with the UFC gloves on, but honestly, he was already a champion.
But you know what it is, and maybe I can I can understand kind of a little bit more if I could explain it this way. If you were to see Robbie Lawler leave the UFC and go to Bellator, for instance, Then it's like, okay, he's going to Bellator. His career most likely is going to end there. Or, you know, he might have some more options here and there throughout his extended time in Bellator. But if you see a fighter leave and go to BKFC, then you know, all right, his career is coming to an end very quick, and you're going to have to deal with that. You know, like, it's like, it's not that it's not a sport or that it's bad or anything like that. It's just knowing, like, the nostalgia purposes, when you see a legend go over to something and you just see that's going to be the end.
The people that are going over to Bare Knuckle FC are laying the foundation for a brand new sport. If they did something in the UFC, right, they established what they wanted to establish in the UFC. Robbie Lawler became a champion, and he was a good champion. He's a memorable champion and had some of the greatest fights of all time. Him and Rory were, I mean, need I say more? He goes over to Bare Knuckle, and this is all hypothetically speaking. Now he's laying the foundation over there. So he did what he did in the UFC, and then he can start a legacy in Bare Knuckle. He could be one of the founding fathers of a new sport and get paid a lot of money. Why the fuck would he not want to do that?
Yeah.
Train for one skill set. I mean, I see it as a no-brainer. I listen to Ariel Helwani, and he's just like, ew, it just doesn't make sense. Usually I agree with Ariel, but in this case, I strongly disagree. Bare Knuckle is a very young sport that's going to be something that's pretty big. I'm telling you right now, Bare Knuckle is going to be something, whether you like it or not.
It's already getting big.
It's going to grow very fast. It's exciting, and if the injuries stay the way it is, and it's just mostly lacerations, I mean, you move on. All right, we got to start the clock, but Jesse, hold on a second. It's Christmas time? No? Or what? Oh, we're coming. Chrome! RONDA! Everybody sing along! We're coming! Come on, RONDA! Come on, RONDA! Come on, RONDA! Come on, RONDA! Oh, man, RONDA.
Hurry up and save the show.
All right. Woo! We'll add that on there. Now it's time to do it, friends. All right, the clock has begun. Every donation that comes in within the 5 minutes, we extend the show that much. We're not going any longer than the 5 minutes, so you gotta drop the donations in that time period. Let's get phone calls. I think we have a really good discussion tonight with the phone lines.
Wonderful, wonderful.
All right, here we go. Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Let's dance!
He touched me. Go, he touched me. He touched me. Go, he touched me. Come on. Touch me.
Save the show.
40 more minutes on top of the 12-minute. Oh, what the hell? You guys are going crazy. Look at all the Perrys over there in the chat. Going wild. Oh, my God. Thank you for the donation over there. We're going long tonight. The people are saving the show with 3 minutes left. We got the phone lines to open up.
Super chat.
Drug Savage.
Save the show. Shout out to Greg's mom, whose face now looks like a glazed donut.
Ooh.
Don't at me, Greg. Kissing face.
Wow. Jesus. Thank you, Drunk Savage, for the 5. Very nice. You are wonderful. Wonderful.
Wonderful.
How about that? Drunk Savage wanting to extend this puppy. You want to extend it even longer? Keep the party going. Drop a donation and say save the show. We got a lot of stories to get to tonight on the MMA Holes. We have an interesting topic with the whole what is next for Anthony Smith and Robbie Lawler. We got Ants Alone. What? We got the Ants.
Ants Alone.
Drop them in the chat.
Ants Alone.
Michael Ants Alone.
Ants Alone.
Michael Ants Alone.
Watch out, here he comes
Save
with
the
red
show!
friend, heart and soul of the holes, Mrs. Steely
Girlfriend.
Time out trolls, welcome to the dead end. Cock so big that you can't even
comprehend.
Bust and groan, making bitches moan on the timestamp throne while the chat room stoned. Hold up, save the show for the tales will be told about Michael Angelo.
Kiwi with the 1975.
Save the show.
Wow, look at that. Kiwi coming in, saving the show, being wonderful, wonderful tonight.
Wonderful.
Wow, I can't believe this. We might
Go
go
over?
forever. We might roll over to the next week and then the next week. Who knows? As people are saving the show, thank you so much to the generosity tonight as we are flying high on a Monday night.
Save the show.
Yeah, I can't wait to open up the phone lines. I'm really curious to see other opinions on these topics that we've spoken about. We have a lot more MMA news. And oh shit!
Brazilian guitar go!
Yes! What? The spider! Yes! What? Anderson Silva going crazy tonight with the chrome! Oh, man.
Save the show.
All right, Jesse, add the 16. We haven't seen that one in a while. Look at that, the spider. That was one of the first donations that were ever made here. Damn, look at that. Do you remember when he had the guitar in the cage?
I do remember that, Moss.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was quite interesting. Oh shit,
Please,
Mystic
I'm begging
Roots!
you, don't ever buy another
What
UFC
the
pay-per-view.
50? What? Mystic Roots! Woo!
I don't want your money.
Pussies!
Pussies, I don't want your money. Pussies, pussies, pussies.
Oh,
pussies,
we're going
pussies,
late tonight.
Pussies, I don't
We're
want
going
your money.
late.
Pussies, money, pussies, money, pussies, pussies. You're a moron.
Mystic Roots!
I don't want
Look
your
at the
money.
Danas in the chat over there, Jess.
Money, pussy, pussy, money, pussy, pussy.
I
don't give a f.
Wow, shout out to Mystic Roots.
Welcome to the #1 live MMA show on for at least another 50 minutes.
Thank you. Wow, Mystic Roots, thank you for that donation. If you want some CBD, go to mysticrootscbd.com and put promo code MMA-HOLE. Get your discount over there. Thank you for the donation, Mystic Roots.
Wonderful.
Damn, man, look at that. The people are flying tonight. Flying tonight on the MMA-Holes Hour. All right. Oh, shit. Well, we got one here at the Buzz. What do we got here? Skit Scat.
Save the show.
Oh, shit. Dropping the 1999. Saving the fucking show tonight. Thank you, Skit Scat. Holy smokes.
Wonderful.
Damn, man. People are on fire tonight. The generosity of this community is unmatched. The best, the greatest, the MMA Holes.
Wonderful.
I see 2 more donations in queue here, so we're going to add those on. And then we're good with the saves. I mean, Jesus.
All right, do you
we
want to
gotta be
know?
going 2 hours.
Should I tell you now?
Hold on a second, D-Rest. Filthy animals.
Save the show but hang up on Kevin the Mooch. Kevin, you should be fucking embarrassed.
Oh, my God.
He has no shame. What are you talking about?
Damn, man. We're going hard tonight. On a Monday night, we're going cray-cray. Thank you, D-Rest. All right, one more slipping through the cracks, and then we'll get the phone line song going. Can't wait to talk to the people. A lot of crazy stuff coming up this weekend. Contender Series tomorrow. You excited about William Knight?
I am, Moss. I am indeed.
All right, we'll talk about the William Knight situation.
I had coffee tonight. Usually it doesn't make me anxious, and tonight I'm getting a little anxious.
You want me to punch you in the face?
Yeah.
All right, pa-pa! All right, here's the last one to save.
Let's go!
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Anzalone, Michael Anzalone,
Drop him in the chat!
Anzalone, Michael Anzalone.
Watch out, here he comes with the wrench friend, heart and soul of the holes, Mrs. Steely Girlfriend. Time out trolls, welcome to the dead end. Cock so big that you can't even comprehend. Bust and groan, making bitches moan on the timestamp throne while the chat room stones. Hold up, save the show for the tales will be told about Michael Anzalone.
Damn, man. The ands.
Save this mofo show.
Ufa, mas.
Cheers, holes.
Cheers.
Salud. Shep, thank you. And everyone for donating tonight. Toast to the holes. You are all
Wonderful, wonderful.
How many minutes? We got to be over the 2. What do we got, Jess?
We go 2 hours tonight.
Okay.
And next Monday, we go 1 hour and 8 minutes.
Wow. Holy shit. Write that down. Put it over here. 1 hour and 8 minute rollover. Damn. That is crazy. What a freaking crazy save tonight.
Super chat.
Super chat.
Hum-diddle-dee do.
Thank you, Milton. Appreciate that. That's one way to start off the overtime. Wow, look at that. Crazy. We're going, oh man, next Monday we're going strong. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. From the bottom of my MMA hole, we appreciate it so much.
Might have to get a snack halfway through if I didn't eat dinner yet.
Jesse, fuck dinner. We're going long tonight as we get ready to start the phone song.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Hello, you're live with the MMA-Holes. What's your name and what's on your mind?
What's up, Jesse and Chris? It's Drunk Savage.
No way!
Drunk Savage. What's up, Jesse and Chris? It's Drunk Savage.
I can't believe you're calling right now. Drunk Savage, what's on your mind?
Not much.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I have a respect for everybody in the chat.
MMA-Holes.
Vlad's one of them. Kevin's from Chicago. AMH, I mean the knitter.
I'm just enjoying this.
I can hear you.
Hi, this is Billy.
It's Stellian too. We have Sean Hart.
Anything I want. What's up, man?
What's up, Pulse?
Oh, it's Justin Jr.
Fuck you, Cole.
Hernandez.
So Kainoto.
Lord. RX.
Mark Rowe. Heavy Mike Rowe. Indy Russ. Sean Man. Vigo. Big Bob. Basically Dragon White. Nick C. Vigo South from Country Dome. Shannon Stewart. Bro Helio. Benjamin. CC 2.0. Peter Phillies.
Jeremiah. Hey, Lee W. Michelangelo. MMA-Holes. Man, what a wonderful, wonderful community.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Oh, I feel it. I feel good. I feel sexy. I feel swole. What's that later slap dance?
I like biting your shoulder.
I know. I had to go to the bathroom and wipe your face off my shoulder, too.
What?
Nah, that's all right. I still love you, Jesse. You're the best.
I spit on you.
I spit on you. All right, here we go, people. We're going to open up the phone lines. We got 2 hours strong of more MMA holes. Almost 500 people watching. Make sure you slap a like on this video. Share the video. Tell your friends about the MMA holes because we coming. We got a new MMA Holes shirt, too, over here, Jesse. We can show the people the shirt before we open them up.
Yes. Mine's going to be on its way soon. I'm so excited.
Yeah, baby. Yes.
I always love when we get new merch designs because it just means more clothes for me.
I tell you, the fact that you guys buy our stuff is awesome, man. It really is. And it's good advertising to, beautiful people walking around with our beautiful merch. So check this out over here. We've shown you, we got the carnage, we got the MMA hole splash and the blood splatter. By the way, the splash may not be there much longer.
Limited edition, guys. Get it while you can.
Blood splatter may not be much longer either. So, get what you like, get what you see. Here's the new one over here. And this one it's a tasty one. It's just
I like it.
Nice and slick and smooth. Just MMA hole. Just like that, Jesse.
Oh, yeah, baby.
That's right. Go check it out on the MMAholes.com. As I don't know what the hell just happened there. That was a little weird. But yeah, it's just smooth, multiple different colors. We wanted to get a smooth MMA Holes shirt right there. It's just slick and sleek. There you go. So check it out over there. Nice
Mine's
and simple.
going to be on its way. I saw Drunk Savage says half of JBH's clothes are MMA Holes gear.
All of it.
Like all of my clothes are MMA Holes. I have like a few normal clothes, but it's pretty much all MMA Holes gear. But
That's
I like
all we wear.
I love when new designs come out because I'm like, yes, new shirt for me, new clothes.
Yeah, so check it out. We got the masks. We got all the stuff over there. Check it out. And thank you for everyone that supports us. All right, so the likes are coming up over here. Let's get those phone lines going. What would you like to hear from the people on the phones?
I want to hear about what they thought about the fights this weekend, what they think is next for Anthony Smith and Robbie Lawler. What do you think they should do? But also, this whole Jon Jones thing, going up to heavyweight, what Stipe should do. Will Jon Jones win against Stipe and why? That's stuff I want to hear about.
What I want to hear about that stuff as well. But I do want to hear the thoughts on what is next for the Robbie Lawler situation, the Anthony Smith situation. Would you like to see them fight in another promotion? What do you think about bare knuckle? What do you think about the Contender Series that's been happening and a friend of ours fighting tomorrow night? A lot of things to talk about. All right, let me open up the Hangouts.
Yeah.
As we're getting ready to party tonight. Phone line's going to be jammed up tonight, Jesse, so keep trying, and we'll try to get to everyone. We got 2 hours to do it. All right, here we go. The number is
516-522-0267. Call in and let us know what you think. Kainoda says he has 3 shirts. He's about to buy one like the one you have on now, Moss.
Oh, hell yeah. I like this one.
This one's a classic. This is one of the best.
That's wonderful. Wonderful right there. Established.
Unknown caller, you're live with the MMA Holes. What's your name? What's on your mind?
Yo, John Savage.
What's up, Drunk Savage?
Drunk, what up, man?
Not much. Oh, fuck, man. That Lawler fight was fucking difficult to watch.
Yeah.
Man. I don't know if he's got it anymore. I think he should just ride out his last few fights on his contract and retire.
So, listen, what do you think about him doing a retirement fight? Like, what if they put together him versus Cowboy and then they just throw in the gloves afterward?
Yeah, that, or they give him the fucking Woodley rematch unless fucking Colby fucking tires him.
Colby Covington. Oh, Woodley rematch. Yeah, you know what? That's not a bad idea. If Woodley gets smashed again, the guy that stole Robbie's soul, he has a redemption fight. Both fighters look like they're going down, you know? That's not a bad matchup. Kind of like that. Nice thinking, Drunk.
Yeah, I don't know about bare knuckle. You know, he might not have it in him anymore. You know, he doesn't want to pull the trigger anymore. But who knows? Maybe, like you say, he was scared of the takedown and shit.
Mm-hmm. It is weird. I'm trying to make excuses for the guy. I was going to say mistakes. I don't know why I would make mistakes. But I was trying to make excuses for Robbie Lawler. It just seems weird after that Colby fight. I'm like, what's going on? But after watching him with Neil Magny, I think it's pretty obvious. I think he's just trying to fight smarter, not go in there complete berserker mode. He's 38 years old. You know, he doesn't want to get taken down, and he did get taken down. Let's be honest. So it really didn't work out. But the aggression is not there, and it's sad to see as a fan, you know? So I'm hoping that we get to see some vintage stuff in the near future, but I doubt it.
But you hear Scott Coker wants to bring Brock Lesnar in to fight Fedor.
Brock Lesnar versus Fedor. Wow. I tell you what, man. I would like to see that. I would like to see that. Man. Oh, man. How are they going to afford that?
I've heard Coker wants to offer like up to $50 million to Brock.
$50 million?
15.
Oh, 15.
So
50 sounds more reasonable for 15. Oh, my goodness.
It's still a lot of money.
They could do a pay-per-view with that one.
Wow. Oh, man. If Brock fought Fedor, it's fun. You know, you got a 43-year-old Brock. Fedor is in his 40s now. How old? Fedor's probably around the same age, right? 44, 43?
42, I think.
42? Okay. I weirdly would like to see that.
Yeah, and Brock can juice, so he'd like that.
Oh, man.
But let's be honest, he's not fucking passing USADA.
Yeah, and I don't know if Brock... I don't know if... I mean, that guy's A-side. You know, like, he did the WWE. He's like top dog over there. He goes to the A-side organization, the UFC. I think he would go to the UFC beforehand. The USADA thing, yes, they are a little more lenient when it comes to drug testing in Bellator, but I think he's too big for Bellator.
Kainoda will not watch my mouth. He's a fucking roid head.
He is a roid head. Yes, he likes the juice, for sure.
I forgot Kainoda likes Brock Lesnar, right? He's like a big Brock Lesnar fan.
Yeah, what does Kainoda say? What does he say in the chat, Jess?
He just says, Drunk Savage, watch him out. Oh, he says, just charge him, keep your hands up, and grab the king by his chubby ankles and Hulk smash.
Mm-hmm. So he's got a game plan.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, he's got the game plan all ready.
Hulk smash.
Yeah. Let me know in the chat if you'd like to see Brock Lesnar versus Fedor. I mean, geez. Who wouldn't want to see that?
Yeah, but who knows? I mean, I heard you saw it's not blood testing right now. They're just piss testing, so Brock could get away with it.
Yeah, well, maybe they could
during a pandemic.
We got Chrome coming in.
No way that can happen because Lesnar is still under contract with the UFC.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even if he wasn't, I don't see Lesnar even going to Bellator. I mean, there has to be stupid money involved. Yeah, you know what? What if they just ship Lesnar over to Abu Dhabi? It seemed to be very lenient.
Yeah, there you go.
You know? Get a fight with Lesnar versus Jon Jones, Abu Dhabi. This way he can roy to the gills. Even Jon could get hit the sauce. That'd be great. Imagine Jon Jones on steroids. I mean, on like full-blown steroids, not the picogram bullshit.
Yeah, but I think once you retire, you have like a certain number of years, and you can get out of your contract. You know, if you still have fights.
Maybe.
So
yeah.
Maybe Brock is.
It's fun.
Done.
The idea is fun, but yeah, Brock and Bellator just seems like it's a fairy tale. You know.
Bare Knuckles even shown interest in Brock.
Oh my goodness.
That's not going to happen. You know that.
Yeah, Brock doesn't like to be punched, and then you put him in bare knuckle. Yeah, that's not happening. What else you got, Drunk?
Yeah, so I definitely think Jones is going to skip the fucking line. Because, like fucking DC said, if Stipe fights too early, he's going to get fucking knocked out. And by the time he's ready, I think Jones will be ready.
All right, now, Jesse, I mean, I know what you think is going to happen, but now that things are starting to solidify, people are starting to talk, what do you think about Jon?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he skips Francis Ngannou's place. Dana White's made it pretty clear that that's not going to happen, but if Stipe doesn't cooperate, I mean, Dana would have to threaten the contract or something like that if he really wants Stipe to fight Ngannou, so he might just make Jones skip at this point.
I think it's inevitable.
Money talks. I keep hearing a lot of places are going to be opening up back soon, so we might have a crowd.
Yeah.
I hope so.
By the time that happens.
What's going on in Florida? What's the deal over there? Are they loosening up?
Like a week or two. It's going to be like 50% capacity in most places, movie theaters and restaurants and shit.
Wow. I'm noticing that movie theaters are pretty much a go over here now. I think the gyms. How about the gyms? Are the gyms opening up over there?
No, I think they're so close.
I guess that's gonna be the last. That sucks, man. People. How about this? I was listening to a little bit of Rogan. He's not that little. He's short, but and he was talking about the whole, people fleeing like the big cities, the New Yorks, the California, and stuff like that. People are just like they're just getting the hell out of Dodge. I'm curious. What's going on in Florida? I mean, people usually escape to Florida. So, are you noticing more people hitting up Florida?
No, more than normal. I mean, every summer we have Canadians come down.
Canadians like black people or real Canadians?
No, Canadians.
That's a racist joke, Jesse. I that's not acceptable these days, right?
Unacceptable, Christopher.
Okay, we can't do that.
Bad timing.
Yeah, I can't do that these days. But yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on anymore with this crazy stuff, man. With people fleeing all over the place. But you got to think places like Florida are going to get filled up. Arizona.
Yeah, we got enough assholes here already.
Yeah, it's scary. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. I think I just wanted to segue to my racist joke. All right, what else do you have, Drunk?
I wanted to bring this up. What do you think about, no crowds now? You don't have fans booing and shit. You think that affects the fights, like the refs not standing them up? Like the Rat Chick fight.
Yeah, I would say booing is something that is missing, but then again, I've seen the refs break it up pretty quick. That fight was it was interesting that they did keep it the way they did, because a lot of these fights, the refs are being very impatient.
I feel like with the audience booing and stuff like that, it kind of encourages the fighters to do more work, and with the fighters not hearing that in the background, it's like sparring for them. Like it's like a different mentality if they're going slow.
We just need one asshole in the crowd to boo, like DB Cooper.
I do think that enough's enough. Like visually watching the fights, because we don't listen, so just watching them, I don't miss the crowd at all. But I feel that the fighters, the longer this goes, I think the fighters are going to start missing the crowd more and more. I don't think DC would have retired if he walked out in a crowd, and heard that buzz and everything like that. It might be easier to retire now. You're walking into this empty building. There's not that feeling that you have, that adrenaline rush when the crowd is just chanting and booing and going crazy. I think fighters are going to be affected by this. So I'm hoping that the crowd does get back into play just for the fans too. What?
Nothing. It's just your mind. It's like we got a shoe into Chris's mind for a minute.
Yeah, what's that?
Nothing. It's just funny how you think.
Yeah, I'm scrambled. I'm a scrambled man. What else, Drunk?
Yeah, DC probably would have cried if there was a crowd in this last fucking fight.
Yeah.
Well, the way he stormed out, I don't think we would have seen him cry at all.
He cried on Ariel today. He teared up.
Yeah, that's true. But he stormed out of his last fight. He was so disappointed.
Yeah, but he cleared that up today. It's a whole weird situation. No crowd, the way they're separating these guys, the post-fight interviews, the whole thing, the weigh-ins, everything's weird. So I give all these fighters a little bit of slack, except for Rakic with that celebration. It's a little bizarre. But
yeah, it was kind of a dick move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Drunk. Anything? Any last thoughts?
Shout out to Frank Bourbon, who's not dead. He posted a video the other day.
He is alive.
We saw him on our Facebook page the other day. I'm so excited. Frank Pavon is still around. I thought he disappeared.
It's good to know. Yeah, we thought he was dead.
Fucking madman.
All right, Drunk.
All right. Later, son, man.
I was Drunk Savage.
Later, slap nut.
All right, call in. We got plenty of show left. Don't think we were forgetting about you. We want everyone to call in 516-522-0267. And let's talk. Love to hear your thoughts.
It's so weird. Like, we have 2 hours so people can talk longer today.
Yeah. Well, listen, we'll just have some fun. Right?
The elite aren't the 1%. They are the 0.001%. Get it right, says Mike Diddy.
All right.
413, you're live with the MMA Holes. What's your name? What's on your mind?
Hey, how are you guys?
Hey, who is this?
This is Jonathan Boyle.
What's up, Jonathan Boyle?
What's shaking?
Bacon?
Not much. I'm here to talk about the Jones fight and everything. I think, honestly, what's going to happen is Jones is probably going to fight next, Stipe. I just don't think that Francis is good enough money for the UFC, so they're going to try to shoot for that. I mean, Jones did fight Rampage and Dominic and DC, and those are heavy hitters. So we can't leave Jones out of the fight. And he also has a great ground game, too. So I think that's going to be a big factor for Stipe, even though Stipe has a great stand-up game.
Yeah, the more I think about Jon Jones versus Stipe Miocic, the more my penis gets more like erect. Blood just rushes to my genital areas. It's a great fight.
I want to see it so bad.
Yeah, it really. There's a lot that comes out of this thing. A lot of smack talk between the two crowds. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be on top of Stipe, calling him the GOAT of heavyweight. Jon Jones, the GOAT of everything. Smash those two together. It can't be bad. You know what? I don't remember the last shitty Stipe Miocic fight. It's been a while since Stipe's been in a... I mean, Francis Ngannou's fight, after that, the first round was electric, and then kind of the pace, Stipe slowed it down. But regardless, it was still exciting. Stipe is a guy that I always want to tune into, and now you throw Jon Jones into the mix, freshen things up. I love it.
Stipe is like an incredible fighter. I mean, he can take a punch and he delivers a punch. That's what makes it so great.
Mm-hmm.
And Jones, he's technical, has the ground game and everything. And that's where I think it's going to be the problem for Stipe is he's probably going to try to make it to the ground. Or he's going to try to throw those spinning elbows or whatnot. But I think if it goes to Jones and Stipe, I honestly, big respect to both of them, but I think John's going to win.
Okay.
And they're going to probably set up a Dominic fight, against him, because it was a close matchup between them. And I think that's going to be next. I think maybe that's what a lot of people want to see.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could be a Francis versus Dominic fight, because Dominic is also skillful, but Francis has that hard hitting. But I'm worried about Francis because Francis, he doesn't have that cardio. You see him knock people out the first round, but you've seen other matches where he goes on those later rounds and he just tires out quickly.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, all good points there. Anything else on your mind?
Yeah, hey, I just want to give respect to all the OG fighters. You know, Dominick Cruz, the California Kid, Cowboy, Edgar, and Pettis, and Lawler. I think they're going to be in the Hall of Fame, and much respect to all those fighters and everybody fighting in the UFC.
Hell yeah. All right, man. Thanks for the call.
Just not the guy fighting that just fought Anthony, but, you know, that's a different story.
What are you talking about?
Rakic?
Rakic?
Yeah.
You didn't like that celebration?
No, not at all. What a piece of shit, man. You know, unprofessional.
I'm with you, man. All right, thanks for the call.
Hey, thank you.
All right, look at that. Doesn't like Rakic. I think Rakic loses a lot of, respect. Corey Anderson, the same thing, with the over-the-top celebration. This, he's gone. Now, I don't think the UFC is going to cut Rakic. Rakic is 12-2. He is looking to make some noise over here. I think the guy has a lot of potential to make a run. The guy is very dangerous at light heavyweight. So I'm not saying, oh my God,
I would just like to interrupt for a second.
Sure.
And point out that with everybody that's watching right now, why do we only have 99 likes? Hit the like button. It's not so fucking hard. Please.
Yeah, what's going on here? 562, 99 likes. Let's spike. Come on, guys. What are we waiting for here? Like, Jesse's right. We should have dabbled in this. Come on, guys.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Let's know in the chat if you hit the like button.
Hit the like button, baby.
Hit the like.
Like spam. Like spam party.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Hit it up.
Like button.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Hit the like button.
Yes, hit that up, baby. Hit that like button. Thank you for the likes, and here we go. All right, we're beating it up. About to open the phone lines up again in a sec. But let's beat the ceiling.
100 likes. Watching fights.
It's so tight.
MMA-Holes.
Fuck them lights.
100 likes.
Here we go.
Watching fights. Fist so tight. MMA-Holes.
Pop the likes.
100 likes. Watching fights. Fist so tight. MMA-Holes.
Pop the likes.
100 likes. Watching fights. Fist so tight. MMA-Holes. Pop the lights.
Oh, man, we're going berserker tonight. We're going berserker. It's Monday night.
The dislikes can choke on a carrot.
Oh, man. A lot of choking in the chat. A lot of choking. All right, here we go. Thank you, guys. Appreciate the likes. Wonderful, wonderful. Let's open up the phone lines again. We were talking about a lot of things tonight. Rakic, unprofessional. Yeah.
617, you're live with the MMA Holes. What's your name and what's on your mind?
Let me tell you something. Jon Jones does not want any part of Francis Ngannou. Ngannou will knock this fucking shit off.
Agreed.
I'm telling you guys right now. Francis, he has bad takedown defense. Shut the fuck up, motherfuckers. Okay, he fucked up against Stipe. Big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Watch his current Blades fight, stupid ass motherfuckers. Francis will fucking knock Jon Jones' fucking titties off. All right?
Agreed.
Listen, you're preaching to the choir when it comes to me and Jesse. We agree with you. I think that Francis Ngannou is big trouble for a guy like Jon Jones. You got to pay him big bucks to get into a cage with the Predator. So, yeah, I'm with you. All right, I think he's gone. I don't know what happened.
That's all he had to say, Moss.
Yeah, I'm with him. I don't disagree. He's 100% right. 516-522-0267. Francis Ngannou. It just sucks that that he, Jon Jones is skipping the line. Francis does deserve the rematch. But
972, you're live with the MMA Holes. What's your name? What's on your mind?
Yo, it's Skitscat.
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 How you guys doing?
Wonderful.
Finally got this phone line to work.
Yeah, baby. That's right. You beat the odds. You got through.
Yeah, no, I've been trying to get in these call lines for like the longest, man.
It's not easy. It's like hitting the lottery.
Oh yeah.
All right, so make the best.
But yeah, no, I actually wanted to talk to you guys about what do you guys think of this next card coming up this Saturday, Overeem versus Sakai.
Listen, Alistair Overeem is a freaking legend. You know, anytime he fights, even when, you know, listen, he looks great. Like his physique, he looks like he's in fantastical shape. So I'm pumped up. He's very confident that he's gonna bounce back and he's gonna make a run at that strap. But my problem with Alistair is the chin. You know, it does scare me, his chin. And when we saw Ngannou knock his head to the moon, when you look at the Ngannous, you look at Stipe Miocic, I see a lot of problems for him. He's fighting this guy Sakai.
Oh, yeah.
It should be an interesting fight. I like Overeem in this fight. But when it comes to the top dogs, is he going to get that strap? I'm going to go with no.
You know, and another thing is I feel like I haven't watched Augusto Sakai enough to feel like he could beat Overeem. I feel like Overeem has a pretty good chance of beating Sakai, but I feel like the issue lies is, like how you said, the chin on Overeem. I don't know if that's going to last up with the top 5.
It's crazy, man. It really is. It's been tested before. And this guy Sakai, he's got a fantastic record. Got the win over Ivanov. Got the win over Tabora. And let's be honest, Ivanov and Tabora, who gives a fuck about those two? You know? You got to win over Arlovsky. Arlovsky, his best days are behind him. But sometimes Arlovsky looks good. Sometimes he looks like shit. Looking at his last 3 fights over here, I can't say he's going to beat Overeem. I would have to go with an Alistair Overeem over him, but you never know. Guy's got bombs in his hands. He could be a problem. Jess, what do you think about this fight?
Glass chin Overeem.
So who would you go for?
Maybe I'll go Sakai on this one, Moss.
Whoa.
Uh-huh.
It's interesting. It is an interesting fight. You know, I'm going to be pumped up to see Alistair get back into the cage.
Why does Overeem have such a tiny head, by the way? I think this is a logical question to ask. It's been laying around in the air a little bit, Moss. Why is his head so small?
Well, listen, usually when you do steroids, your head gets really big. But the thing with Alistair Overeem is he's Ubereem. When he does steroids, his head gets smaller and his body gets bigger and bigger and bigger, Jess. That's what Ubereem's head does.
Yeah.
So, all right. Skitscat? Anything else?
Oh, yeah. Another person on the card I want y'all's opinion on is Michel Pereira.
Ooh, I like the way you say that, Jesse. Right? Pereira. Talk to me.
Wait, you like him?
I don't know if I like him or not. I like his style. I like his jumping off the cage, flashy style, but I don't know.
You know what? You like the fact that he's a knucklehead. I think that's why you like him.
Yeah, I like that. I like that for sure.
Yeah, wow, are you hitting on me? It sounds like he's hitting on me, Jesse. What's going on? I don't know.
Where are you getting that from?
I don't know. I got it. I for some reason, I'm thinking, are you hitting on me or no?
What?
Nah.
Okay, I was just making sure. I thought he was making a pass at me. I don't know.
How did you get that impression?
Are you from California?
Nah, Texas.
No, Texas, okay.
I don't know where the fuck he got that impression
I thought he was
from.
hitting. Guys, what do you think in the chat? Is he hitting on me or what? No, you didn't get that?
No, I don't know where the fuck that came from.
I'm sorry. Sometimes I feel weird. I feel a tingle in my penis. I don't know. No, Pereira, his story is bizarre. The guy comes in, he's doing fucking somersaults and flips and cartwheels and all that stuff. and you're like, what the hell is this guy doing? Sometimes he looks like a superstar, and then the next minute he looks like a complete can gassing out in the second round. I am not sold on this guy. I think this guy is all hype. He's very athletic, but I'm not believing that he's that good.
Yeah, I think he's just a showman. I think he's just out there to put on a performance, which I'm not going to complain. It's nice to watch, but legacy-wise, if he's trying to actually get up there, I don't know if that's going to help him too much.
Yeah. Jess, what do you think about this?
He needs to get more of a base.
I don't know. Listen, I think it's so difficult. Mitchell Pereira drives me insane, to be quite honest. Like, I feel like the whole showboating and the acrobats inside the cage and shit, it's just not necessary. I want to see an actual fight. I don't want to see gymnastics. If I wanted to see gymnastics, I'd be watching the Olympics.
But if here's the thing, even though I don't think he's like that great, I do want to see him fight. You know, I think he's fun because you don't know what the hell this guy's going to do when he gets in the cage. What kind of shenanigans is he going to be doing on the way to the cage? You know, the first round's always going to be interesting. So, yes, he's exciting to watch. I'm just not really sold. He's a big dude, too, for the welterweight division.
Yeah, that guy should move up to middleweight for sure.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Skitscat.
And then
thanks.
lastly, I really think Ngannou might take over this division.
You think that he will?
Personally, I really think that he could do it just because it's just that one shot that lands. You know, that's just how I see it. Yes, I know that there's like plenty. I mean, but then you got to take into account, even though in his last performance, Curtis Blades didn't show the greatest of his grappling abilities, even though we all know he's great at it, he knocked that dude out.
Mm.
You know?
It's true. You think about it, Curtis Blades should
he
have
can handle with grapplers. And yes, he got out wrestled by Stipe, but that means that he can handle with guys whose main base are grapplers. So that's just another thing in my head that's like, I think he could take this division over. I really think he could.
You know who Skitscat sounds like?
Oh.
Darth Bane.
A little bit. He sounds like he's from Cali.
Yeah, it sounds like Darth Bane.
Yeah, that's right. Listen. I don't know.
It's crazy. I hear sometimes people think I'm like a 30-year-old dude living in like Alabama, and the next I hear people say they think I'm from like Cali or something.
It sounds like you have a surfboard
Dallas
strapped
born
to
and
you.
raised.
It's Dallas. Huh? Okay. Listen, West Coast, a lot of people sound very similar.
I don't know. Very Darth Bane to me, Maz.
All right. Well, anyway, Francis Ngannou, yes, he is a problem. Now he's retooled, back to the drawing board after Stipe. Maybe that Stipe loss was a blessing in disguise for Francis. And now he is back with a vengeance. This guy is scary once again. And to take out Curtis Blades the way he did multiple times, that's saying a lot. Curtis can blanket you. He's big. He's long. He can hold you down. He can, keep you away from on the feet. But once he gets you down on the ground, you're fucked. And Francis is like, I'll just run you over. And what he did to Biggie Boy, you just don't do that to Biggie Boy. He ran through.
It was the only shot that landed.
It's crazy. Really crazy. I watched that replay again the other day. Actually, we retweeted it
So many times.
Oh, it is amazing when you
I
watch
showed it
that
to
thing.
all my buddies, because so many of my buddies don't watch UFC like I do. I'm sort of like an outlier, but I don't care. I'm my own person. Dude, I show that to all my buddies, and now they all watch it with me.
Yeah.
So.
Did you see the slow motion one that's floating around on Twitter? Oh my God, it is scary. He missed his first four punches, then cracks him. Like, it's just crazy. The momentum. He just drove. He didn't give a fuck. He was just swinging. It did no form or anything. Just lunging with clubbing fists, trying to just take someone's life away. And then once he connected, that was it. You just saw his soul leave his body. It was nuts. Francis is scary. He's a scary human being.
I got like Wolverine vibes. I was like, that dude, what if he had like the Wolverine blades and he was just shing, shing, like overhand, you know what I'm saying?
Now you've lost me, Scat. Thank you for the call. Appreciate it.
Have a good night.
You too. Wolverine, what the hell? He's a predator. Seems like a nice guy. 516-522-0267. He sounds like he's...
if his voice was just a tiny bit deeper, he would sound like Darth Bane.
He sounds like every California guy, to me at least.
843, you're live with the MMA-Holes. What's your name? What's on your mind?
All right.
Is this
McConney?
Marker?
Ah!
Yeah. Wonderful.
What's up, Mark?
The jackpot.
You win.
I win. I got a couple things to talk about.
All right. What do we got?
Let's talk about the hump fest known as Rackets.
Okay.
Ratchet versus Anthony.
Okay.
Yeah. Talk to me, baby.
I was all right with it, except for, well, let's back up a minute. You have to rewind. All right.
He rewinded, Maz.
I rewound it.
Okay. That's true. We are on VHS as well. Yes. Okay.
Oh, God, I love this.
All right. So I watched Rakic's interview about the upcoming. He's got all this, great speech going and about how he's going to do things and all of that. And then he gets in the ring and poof, where the hell did it go?
Mm-hmm.
It made absolutely no sense whatsoever to me. I had to take my earbud out of my ear because I hear myself talking to you all on a slight delay.
Okay.
Thank you for sharing that.
So anyway,
Get tired.
I don't I don't know if I'm going with this guy again or not. I'm like you. I might just go and pick against him just for for the fucking fun of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's tough to root for a guy that celebrates 7 seconds before the fight's over, just kind of humiliates Anthony Smith, and then his excuse for why he did it for the fans. Stop it. I'm not buying it.
Jazz hands.
Yeah.
And I think things may have been a little bit different if Homie Claus would have had a crowd in there, and they would have booed him right out of the octagon. That's all I got to say about that part.
Can you just say, I did not have sexual relations with that woman?
Jess, you asked me that the first time I called, and I'll do it again. First, you got to remember what he said prior to that. Now, you got to understand and read my lips. Now, listen to me. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Oh, my God. He should be on, like, the Howard Stern show for impersonation.
Oh, man. Yeah, can you be evil Clinton? Actually, he's already evil, but evil Bill? Evil Bill Clinton. That's what I want you to call him. Yeah.
I take great offense to the fact that you accuse me of using the Oval Office as a hostel. JFK is the one that started that with Maryland, and I refuse to come under that acronym.
All right, you are not.
The fuck?
You are not Mark anymore. You are now Bill. You're evil Bill.
What the fuck?
You need to call him as evil Bill from now on.
Evil Bill.
Yes.
All right, I'll give you the evil Bill. Now, let's change gears and then pump it up a notch.
Yeah.
I had to rewatch my man Impa Kasanganai, known as Chilobo. Impa, I do send in the donos telling you I got to make booty calls and all that, but I got a steady girl, and her son went to college with Impa, and I actually need to send you a video of her son and Impa when he first started in MMA when they were wrestling. And I need to drink some more of this Johnny Walker Red. I'm on the cheap stuff tonight. But anyway, Johnny Walker Red. I have a Scotch addiction. I'm addicted to Scotch.
I can't blame you.
Sounds like Mystic Moss's best friend.
Scotch and cigars.
Scotch, cigars, and poon.
That's right. That's right. I hear you, man.
Oh, God.
I'm down with that.
But Impa trains 15 minutes from me right here up in Gym O. It's this little itty bitty hole in the wall. I mean, you wouldn't even think that MMA fighters would even come from a place so small. I'm talking about it's not much bigger than the shoebox that my shoes go in.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, she called me today, and I went to go and have a little sit down with her. If you know what I mean, wink, wink. But anyway,
I don't know what you mean, but go ahead.
Okay, Jess got it, but damn moth.
Right over my mohawk.
Yeah. Speaking of which, the mohawk, Impa sporting there. The missus, soon to be missus, she accommodated him with that one.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm
supposed to go try to meet up with him when he gets back into town, and maybe get a little video shot of him, and then talk him into coming on the old MMA-Holes there, because this guy here is a diamond in the rough, I believe.
Yeah, he looks like he's the real deal. He looks pretty good. Coming from the Contender Series, making a statement, and I'm looking to see what's next with this guy. He's fucking shredded.
He comes across as an overly nice guy, and but if you'll notice from his previous matches, if you've watched any of them, and then you watch how he went up against coconut bombs, he actually had this hunter killer look in his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, round one, bam, a hematoma right off the bat on freaking Patolo's noggin.
Yeah, he's got sneaky
they
power.
They had to lance that puppy right out.
Mm-hmm. He knocked his duct tape off his ears too.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, he took him to school. He just picked him apart. But I think it was it might have been D-Rest or one of the guys in the chat earlier talking about watching that match again, and the punches, they're just extremely powerful. But anyway, I'm going for the Olymp up and coming. But let's see, what else do I need to talk about?
I think you said it all, Evil Bill.
Yeah. Well, that was not my ejaculate on that dress. That was Krispy Kreme donut ice. I've already told you that before.
Thank you. All right, I appreciate it. Evil Bill calling in. Thank you, Evil Bill. All right, look at that, Jesse. Evil Bill calling in.
That's a funny one, Moss.
I want him to
We should have
stay
more
as Evil
Evil
Bill.
Bill.
Yeah, call in and give his predictions. You know, the Evil Bill segment. I like that. 516-522-0267. I think Impa is he's someone to look out for.
Yeah, for sure.
He looks like he's all right. I like the fact that he's got that wrestling, but at the same time, do not stand and bang. He can hurt you.
I know, caller. You're live with the MMA Holes. What's your name? What's on your mind?
Alexander Rakic. What's up with the hate on Rakic? People need to give it a rest. The dude dominated Anthony Smith. Some people were picking against him. He dropped him right off the bat. Anthony Smith went into full sloth mode. And you know Smith is hard to be finished. He's got that mongoloid strength where he doesn't go away. He takes a beating. So Rakic knew he was in for the long haul. He went out there, secured the win, and now he's set up for a title eliminator. He's in there he's one of the top dogs. I'd like to see him against Santos. How about that Czech dude, Yuri Prochazka? That's a fight I want to see.
Prochazka.
You know what I'm talking about?
Prochazka, yeah. He looks like a stud.
Yes. Now that's a fight they need to set up. He's right in the mix. He's going to be a big challenger. I see him fighting for the belt within a year or two. So people need to. Oh, he got off with 7 seconds left. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what is going to happen? He's going to stay on him for another 7 seconds, and the round's going to be over. Who gives this shit?
Hold on a second.
I would rather watch an entire female fight card than watch this coming fight card.
Wow.
Moss, I feel like you're getting soft. What happened to vintage Moss that would hang up on boring callers? I'm offended you guys didn't recognize my pretty boy voice.
It wasn't boring, though. What are you talking about?
Wait, what is he talking? Who?
I guess he thought one of the calls were boring.
Wait, he was one caller, apparently, right?
I don't know. But, so Kevin, let me ask you a question. So you're trying to tell me that you're defending that Alexander Rakic got up 7 seconds before the fight was even over to celebrate?
That's the biggest story. That's the big news story of that fight. Not the fact that he dominated a former title challenger. Not the fact that he literally had 14 minutes of control time, but that he got up with 7 seconds left. Sounds like some hate. Sounds like some more hate. That's the narrative that people are trying to run with. Oh my gosh, he got up with 7 seconds. Like, okay, yeah, he probably should have smashed his face in for the last 5 seconds, but
he
really
said
not that big a deal.
He's a professional UFC fighter,
It's so overplayed.
Kevin.
All right.
It's so overplayed. Like, because I see it in the Instagram comments too. Oh my gosh, he got up with 7 seconds. Like, this dude's a future champ. That's what you need to be talking about.
You don't think he
This
embarrassed
dude is a
himself?
future champ.
He said
future champ
hold on.
getting up 7 seconds early to celebrate his win?
He said he did it for the fans. What fans, after a fight where he just laid on top of the guy and he literally did nothing? I mean, he just held him down for the most part. And he did, I mean, listen, he dominated him, but it wasn't anything exciting. You know what I'm saying? Like if Usman does an Usman fight, kind of holds a guy down, beats him up a little bit here and there, gets a dominating win, and then gets up and celebrates prematurely 7 seconds.
People
you
would
don't
be
think
all over him.
Kamaru Usman would get lit on fire, lynched?
Of course he would. Of course he would. That's just the way UFC fans are. They always got something to bitch about.
But
they're never satisfied. So
wait,
that's
hold
not
on.
surprising.
When he got up and started celebrating, were you celebrating too? Were you excited that he got up and celebrated? Like, I don't understand. You thought it was a good move?
You know what it looked like? It looked like Anthony Smith was broken. He didn't even want to go charge at him because he knows he's going to get rocked with another right hand and put on his ass. To me, that was just, he was humiliating him even more.
But why
Why
humiliate Anthony Smith? Like, what happened that you should humiliate a guy you already humiliated by dominating? Like, why do that?
Because he's cut from a different cloth. He's from the Balkans. They're a different breed over there. You have no idea.
Yeah.
That's what that's about. He's him, Yuri Pershovskas, and who's the other dude? Nikita Krylov. I want to see Nikita Krylov because if you remember his fight with Glover Teixeira, he went to a split decision, and I thought he won that fight. So I think he's right in the mix there. And I don't know. It's really not the biggest.
Pandemic. Ruben coming in.
The calls tonight are lame as fuck. Please hang up on this dumb casual virgin from Chicago. And will one of the mods please block D-Rest? We don't want that crackhead pedophile in this chat.
What?
And take the wrench from the double champ's lonely old ass too.
Wait, what?
The hell is going on here? Is that the real Ruben or the fake
That can't
Ruben?
be the real Ruben.
Ruben said he was working.
Shut up, Ruben. Hey, when it comes to Anthony Smith, he's finally coming back down to reality. He's had a good run, but it's reality starting to set in. He's not as good as people thought he was. He's a journeyman, and I feel like there's a whole gang of fighters that he's going to get beat down by coming up. List of light heavyweights that are going to beat him. But let's talk about Robbie Lawler. You said Tyron Woodley stole his soul. No, Tyron Woodley didn't steal his soul. It was the wars with Johnny Hendricks, the wars with McDonald, the wars with Carlos Condit, Matt Brown, all those fights. Because if you look at the fight before Woodley, Carlos Condit, it went to a split decision. He was already deteriorating in that fight. He was pretty much done by that fight. He squeaked out a split decision against Carlos Condit. And Woodley fought him at the perfect timing, knocked him out, and that's what it is. It's a wear and tear. But the thing is, he's getting paid so much by the UFC, being a former champion. He's not going to go anywhere. He's getting paid good, just like Andrei Arlovsky, just like Overeem. These dudes are making hundreds of thousands of dollars, so they're not going to retire. As long as the UFC keep paying them, they're going to keep fighting. So either way, yeah, Robbie Lawler's washed, but they're going to keep paying him, so that's the way that is.
Listen,
what else is
I'll tell you what. You made a good point there. He actually made a pretty good point there. We were discussing Daniel Cormier bringing up, damage in fights and coming back and getting the wrong opponent at the wrong time. You're right. The Robbie Lawler fight, the Carlos Condit fight, the Johnny Hendricks fights, Matt Brown, Ellenberger, all these fights over here, like you line them all up, and then the perfect storm with Tyron Woodley coming in, taking him out in the first round. Maybe it is something that is rolling over from those fights. I'm with you. That's actually a good point.
Not to mention Nick Diaz knocking him out years ago. This dude's been in the game for freaking 20 years.
Yeah. Listen, you're not as dumb as you sound.
There it is. All right, take it easy.
All right. There it is. That's Kevin. He left over the far. He's not wrong.
I disagree with him about Rakic.
Rakic, I disagree, yes. That's where he sounds dumb.
It sounds to me like he's making excuses for a fighter that he loves. Yet, if it was a fighter that he absolutely can't stand, who did that same thing, then he'd be all over it.
Listen, he's ruffling feathers over there. I think he knows, like everyone else knows, that was like a piece of shit move that Rakic did over there.
Up.
We'll forget about it.
Here's the thing, too. Dana White got mad at a contender at the Contender Series for finishing a fight 2 seconds before the fight was actually over. If Dana White's going to say that and call it unprofessionalism and things like that, what do you think was going on in his head when Rakic stopped the fight 7 seconds before the fight was over?
Yeah, well,
come on.
At least Corey Anderson, when he was acting a little immature and unsportsmanlike after his fight, at least Corey Anderson redeemed himself and apologized. And, he realized he did something wrong. What Rakic did, I mean, it was just knucklehead. He acted like a knucklehead.
It was extremely unprofessional and extremely unhumble.
I understand talking shit to lead up to the fight. I get it. But when the fight is done, there has to be the respect. Even the Conor McGregor show the respect. All these guys that talk shit, we've seen so many lead-ups where there have been just horrible things said in the lead-up, and then what happens? They kiss and make up. We've seen Cody Garbrandt and TJ Dillashaw. We've seen that happen. Those two were cordial, and I mean, they said some fucked up shit to each other. But, listen, after the fight, you embrace. You dominate a man in Anthony Smith. You take his soul inside the cage, right? And then 7 seconds premature, you get up and start celebrating? Come on, man. It's just a piece of shit move. I don't care where you're from. It's a low-life move. I'm calling it as I see it. Now, if this guy rattles off a couple of more knockouts, Rakic, and we're all going to forget about that, and he's a contender. Next thing you know, he's a contender.
Yeah.
So the next fight could change it all.
Nicole Wilson says, why does everyone hate Kevin? I don't think everyone hates Kevin. I think people get frustrated with him because he doesn't save the show, and everybody else does, and then he uses their time. So I think there's a little animosity, but he has good calls. 832, you're live with the MMA Holes. What's your name? What's on your mind?
Hello, may I speak to the New Yorker and the Arizonan?
Yes, that's us. Hello, Pulse. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
Wonderful.
Yes, Pulse. Yes.
Now, I don't like Luke Rockhold at all, but I gotta say, after the shit that Anthony Smith was talking about him, for him to go in there and perform like that Saturday, that's kind of a shame. And I don't like the way the guy he's turned into. I kind of wish that fight was 5 rounds so he'd get his ass whooped a little bit more.
Wow. You know what? You're not wrong. Anthony Smith has talked. He's spoken a lot of shit in the past, and now we have this humbled version of Anthony Smith. His teeth getting knocked out, had a title shot, got humbled there, and then Saturday night another humbling. Yeah, this is a different song and dance from Anthony Smith.
And some dude broke into his house and slapped him up. I mean, it's like,
well,
where'd they do that at?
In fairness, the guy was drugged up tremendously, and there is scientific evidence that when you're that high on drugs, specifically cocaine or anything like that, I mean, you're not going to feel shit, and you're going to be able to withstand a lot more than you would if you're sober.
Shopping during a pandemic.
Here comes D-Rest.
Only a true douche would deface Sanasai's good name to try and embarrass me. Look, hater, you're not a troll, you re-unskilled waste.
Oh, man, D-Rest firing back at, I think, fake Sanosi. I'm gonna, and thank you, D-Rest, appreciate that. I'm gonna swoop to Anthony Smith's side here. I don't want to kick him while he's down too much. I think Anthony Smith believed in himself. I think he really believed that he can win the belt. Yeah. And I can't blame a fighter for trying to go in there and, speak things and try to talk his way into a title fight and talk shit. I can't kill him for that. Luke Rockhold is a complete douchebag. I agree. He's just a straight up douchebag. So, I mean, as much as I've been jumping on Anthony Smith, now that he's been taking all these beatings, I kind of want to lay off on the guy now. But Luke Rockhold deserves everything he gets.
Yeah, that's true. But Rockhold, at least he was a champion. At least he can call himself a champion. Anthony Smith is walking around here talking like he's got an S on his chest. And it's like, I don't know. I think a guy like him, what his best course of action should be, he should go ahead and get disciplined and go back down to 85. Because I actually thought at one point in time, a guy like him, he could probably beat Adesanya.
Well, now what do you think? I mean, at one point maybe, but now what do you think if he goes back down?
I don't know. Not after Saturday. I don't know what to make. Honestly, I think he's the new gatekeeper at 205.
Yeah, he's in limbo right now. He's all screwed up. Like now he's in this situation. It feels like Alexander Gustafsson, but worse. I mean, he's in this tough spot now. All these fights under his belt. And I mean, how much brain damage has he taken along the years? It's not like he's going to bounce back and be this superstar. Although he's reinvented himself so many fucking times where you're like, well, maybe maybe he is decent. I never bought into him, though. I never could just buy into this guy being a champ.
He got a shot against Jon Jones, and I was like, I'm pulling for him, but I mean, it's Jon Jones. He's not going to win. But in that fight, although he had his chance, he got kneed with an illegal knee, and if he had played dead, he'd be champ right now. That's the crazy thing about it.
Yeah, it's true. That is just crazy.
Yeah, no, but as far as the card as a whole, yeah, I hated to see Lawler go out like that. I really did.
Yeah, it was tough to watch. It's been a reoccurring theme with Robbie Lawler.
What is it, 4 straight now?
Robbie, yeah. We got Covington. You got, hold on a second. Let me go down memory lane here. Yeah, you got Covington, Askren, Dos Anjos, and now Magny. Yeah, it's 4. And I think he lost to Cerrone. Honestly, I think he's on a 6-fight losing streak, to be honest. Kevin actually brought something up that I missed. I should have went a little deeper. He's not wrong. With his previous fights, if you look at the Tyron Woodley fight, I remember my mouth dropped when I watched him lose in the first round to Tyron Woodley. I was like, no fucking way. No way. But maybe it was the perfect storm. Maybe with those wars, maybe they were catching up and we were seeing a decline in the Robbie Lawler saga. I don't know.
I mean, the guy's been fighting since 2001. The guy started as a pro before 9/11 happened.
Yeah.
9/11 is damn near 20 years ago. So, like, that's a long time to be fighting. And like you said, he's been in wars. And the fights that he had that weren't wars, he's had some real dog fights. He had a fight against Matt Brown. That was a real dog fight. You can go back to Strikeforce days. He had one against Melvin Manhoff. I mean, he's been getting hit in the head a lot, you know, not even counting training.
Absolutely.
So, but the one thing I will say is, he's, like you said, he's losing the top guys. The one thing about it is Magny, Covington, it's not like they finished him, but yeah, he just has that thing where he can't pull the trigger. And I think what it was that fight against Carlos Condit. I think that was the last he had to give. And, you know, it's a shame because I think, you know, if you look at his career, he's probably put on, if you think out of all the champions that actually fought as champions and put on entertaining fights, you know, if they got paid based off of entertainment value, Robbie Lawler would have $100 million, you know?
Yeah. He's up there. When you think best fights of all time, yeah, Robbie's there. And I mean, the Rory McDonald fight alone is one of the craziest things ever. You know, so
that might be the GOAT fight in UFC.
So what do you think should be next for Robbie?
Man, it's crazy. I'm looking at, because they got Corbin Gee and Carlos Condit about to fight. I was thinking somebody more along those lines, you know, older fight, because there's really no easy fights. You look at the list of welters. I mean, I'm thinking in my head, like, even the guys that aren't ranked, you know, Nico Price, these guys, I'm pretty sure they would all beat Robbie at this point. So, but it's hard to say. It's hard to tell the guy to retire when it's like, again, he's not getting finished. He just couldn't pull the trigger. So, I don't know. I don't really know. I just, man, I hate that they screwed him against Aspen. That could have been his swan song. He could have left after that. But yeah, I'm not sure about him. But I don't think he's beating any of those guys in the top 10. Certainly not none of those guys in the top 10. They might need to book him against Diego Sanchez or something. Give him something easy.
Yeah, I like Mike Perry. I like it a lot. I think that would be a lot of fun here.
Perry smokes him. Perry will knock him spark out, man.
That's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy we live in a world that's possible.
I don't like Mike Perry, but he'll beat him at this point.
You think he'll knock him out, though?
Who, Mike Perry? Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, you guys have put on a great show, and a message to everybody in the chat. November 30th, put your vote for Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, because if you vote for the other guy, you're a piece of shit. Later.
All right. Thank you. That's Pulse. His political point of view there, too. All right. Here we go. Thank you for the call, Pulse. He's actually a moderator of the channel, and he's been around for a minute. He's wonderful.
Wonderful.
All right. 516-522-0267. I have zero to say on that. So, yeah. I mean, what is next for a guy like Robbie Lawler? You know, I think he hangs around with the UFC a little bit longer, but yeah, when you're talking belts and stuff like that, that's out of the picture. That's out, right?
I'm just trying to wrap my head around what he just said.
Listen, he got it in. He slipped it in. Everyone's got their thing, you know. This is a big time to be talking that stuff, and it's a crazy time. I can't even wrap my head around any of that stuff. I hear, like, I just, after that one stream of talking about it, like, I just kind of...
I'm going to petition for Pulse to never call in again.
No, it was a good call.
707, you're live with the MMA Holes. What's your name? What's on your mind?
Oh, yeah. Hi, Jesse. How are you, my friend?
I'm
How
wonderful.
are you guys doing tonight?
Who is this?
I'm under the chat as Milton. I've been donating quite a bit lately.
What's up, Milton?
Hey, Milton.
Yeah, hey, guys. Just wanted to say hi and wish you well and tell you I appreciate your work, and you keep me entertained so much, and everybody else. And now I feel part of the family now that I'm, throwing you a few bucks here and there and having a positive attitude. But at some point, once COVID's over, hopefully maybe, in a year or whenever the fuck this shit calms down, I'll have to start mailing you some of my garments, my handmade herbal and plant-based plant outfits and stuff.
Oh.
They look good on women. I make more of a green man like suit thing for a guy. Like it's like a poncho out of like cool foliage and like cool like plants that smell good and look good, like eucalyptus and Doug fir and redwood. Coming here in the forest, right? Santa Cruz, Monterey, Northern California.
Interesting. You should drop your stuff
yeah,
on.
so anyway,
you should drop your stuff on. You should drop your stuff on the MMAHoles.com, the community section over there. If you have anything to show off.
Okay. MMAHoles.com. I'll look into it and then I'll join. I'll bite the bullet, so to speak, and join.
Yeah, it's free. You just go over there.
Become a member.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, I'll let you get on your next call. Nice chatting with you guys. Enjoy your night.
All right, you too.
He's so nice.
Milton calling it. He's making clothes out of trees.
I'd like to see what he's doing. I love eucalyptus. Did you know eucalyptus is supposed to calm anxiety and stuff like that?
Yeah, listen.
It has a lot of medicinal
I'm sure it's cool. I like people that are creative. You know, we got a lot of creative people in this community. A lot of like making some crazy stuff that you can't even wrap your head around. So I'm interested to see what you guys are making. 516-522-0267.
Unknown caller, you're live with the MMA Holes. What's your name? What's on your mind?
Kamala Harris? You dumbass.
What do you say?
I don't know. 516-522.
What was that?
I don't know. I have no idea.
It sounded like tamales.
But I have no clue.
It sounded like you said tamales kids. Ha ha, you dumbass. That's what it sounded like. Tamales kids.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's the Nita.
NH.
Hey, Chris and Jesse.
What's up, man?
How you doing?
What's up? I'm doing fine. How you doing?
We're doing
wonderful, wonderful.
What's on your mind,
I'm
Ann?
doing wonderful too.
Nice.
On my mind, the Cowboy fight coming up. No one's talking about with Nico.
Nico Cowboy. All right, talk to me. How you feeling about this thing?
I have a good feeling. He already took out one up and comer. So I have a good feeling about this one too.
Nico should
Like
be
that, he's on the
Good.
He's on a 4 losing streak. And I thought he won the Anthony Pettis fight, but hey, whatever happens when it goes to the judges.
Yeah, Nico should be a fight that Cowboy could bounce back with. I mean, he's tough. He's a very tough guy, but I feel like if Cowboy is has anything left in the tank, he can put together a game plan to beat a Nico Price. I think that could happen, or Nico can get a weird knockout from his bed. Every time I think Nico, isn't he the guy that hammer fisted? Like he was on the mat and he hammer fisted the guy above him and knocked him the fuck out. I think it was Nico Price, but he's an interesting fighter. But I think Cowboy could beat him.
Yeah, Cowboy's good on the ground too, though. Everybody forgets that.
Nah, it should be a good scrap. I don't know, man. I don't know what to think with Cowboy anymore, though. Like I don't know what is left in the tank for Mr. Cerrone.
Oh, okay.
What do you think? I mean,
I think he's got a good chance. I really do. I think he can dethrone another hype train. I mean, everybody gets so excited, and then you find out, hey, look what happened to Sugar. He kind of got knocked off.
Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you in the chat. Randy Brown, that's who it was. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just they put everything on. Put so much onto some new fighters all the time, and kids coming, then they get their butts kicked. And
well, Ann, I got a question for you. When was the last time you picked against Cowboy Cerrone?
I haven't.
Aha! I see. So you always think he's going to win then?
Yeah, pretty much since the WC days. Yeah. Hey, you even said it yourself with the fight with Robbie. He should have won that too. So technically, he should have 2 wins up there above. I mean, come on, the guy's still got it in him. Come on.
It's funny. Like these fighters.
I'm not sure about Robbie though, because Cowboy looked. Cowboy looked better in his last fights he lost. 4 fights he lost than Robbie did. Sorry.
Well, I don't know about the Conor
and I
fight.
like Robbie. Connor fight. Okay, maybe not the Connor fight.
Yeah,
okay,
let's forget that one out.
You know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about.
It's sad to see. This is the one thing that's tough about being a fan of this sport. When you really like a fighter and it's that time where it starts to go downhill, It is rough to watch. Like when you see bad teams, like, okay, it's time to rebuild and regroup. Like in these big sports, baseball, football, basketball, it's the rebuilding stage. In the UFC, there's no more rebuilding stage. Your body breaks down and it's time to say goodbye. And you never know when that time is. And you see guys like Cowboy, you see Robbie Lawler and all these other fighters. You know, the BJ Penn, I mean, what happened to that man? It just sucks and you forget about the good times. So I'm hoping that when Cowboy does step away, I hope that he has a glimmer. They'll throw him a fight where he does get the win. Maybe Nico Price, you know, he can scrape a win out of this one. But it's tough to watch, man, when these guys go down.
Yeah, well, I think he can pull it out. I think he's going to do good in that fight. I think he's going to surprise people.
All right. Jess,
Even
what
though
do you
there's
think?
a lot of haters in the chat right now, but hey, keep on hating.
One thing about MMA fans is they kick the dog when it's down. That's what they like to do. The horse down, the dog down, and every animal.
And it's MMA. You never know what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, Smith, look what happened. I mean, look how good he did in fighting for the champ. I mean, and then look what happened this last fight. And yes, I thought it sucked, Ratchet, doing that. You know, ooh, look at me dance. Ooh, I beat the crap out of you.
Is there any fighter that
BS.
stands out to you that it was tough to watch? Like someone said Chuck Liddell in the chat, and that was brutal to watch. You know, seeing a guy like a legend like that just fighting fights that he shouldn't be fighting.
Yeah, that was pretty messed up.
I mean, there's so many fighters that you can name. Is there any one that stands out with you, Ann? That you
That
recall?
would be Chuck Liddell, yeah. I think that was pretty hard to watch.
Rashad Evans.
That was hard to watch. Yeah, that was hard to watch. Chuck Liddell.
So many fighters.
Yeah, that was so many fighters.
Does he have to
yes.
be old?
This is-
Why, you have a young
get
guy?
to that point.
Well,
Sean O'Malley?
no. Well, he's not really young, but he's not old.
No, he's not old.
Chris Weidman, because he was a champ, and then he started getting knocked out and pummeled in his most recent fights.
Yeah, had to get that win where
Yeah.
where he was just wrestled him to
Yeah,
death.
it's
And
pretty brutal to watch.
well, we'll see what's next for Chris. Maybe he could bounce back. But yeah, maybe
Yeah,
he's one of
he
those
might.
guys.
He might bounce back, but like you said, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It's MMA, so you just never know. So they're going to have their off days and good days. So it's the hardest sport, I think, to predict or bet on. People say it's easy. Nah, it's not easy. And you say it's luck also and topology and knowing, even if you know all the stats and know everything, it's still tough. Because all of a sudden, like you said, all it takes is one good punch, one good kick, and that guy's out. Or woman, sorry. They're out, and you're like 500, minus 500 or 800, and that person's on the ground. Out.
It's funny, like I now that I'm thinking about it more, I'm really trying to think about what DC said today about these fighters, you know, taking these beatings and then like the perfect storm in these fights. And you think that one fighter took their soul, but then it's the lead up, you know, to that fight that was the problem. And this type of sport, you keep on getting damaged, your days are numbered. So like a guy like Khabib, how much damage has that guy taken?
Yeah, but
Not much.
I was gonna say he doesn't really get hit like.
Yeah, so he can last a long ass time. So I'm gonna start looking into this
Gaethje
more.
gets hit a lot.
Yeah,
But he's still fire. He's still coming in like super hot. So I wouldn't.
Gaethje, what's gonna happen to Gaethje is he's gonna nosedive. You watch what happens to that man. Maybe he can imagine he just beats Khabib. You know, imagine he beats
got a pretty
Khabib.
hard head.
He will peak beating Khabib, and then he's gonna there is gonna be a nosedive in Gaethje's
I don't think that's
career.
gonna happen.
He's
till
a human being.
He's older.
He's a punching bag, man.
He's a punching bag.
He really is.
He does take a lot of punishment when he's going in. Yeah. Yeah. That's gonna be a good fight. Yeah. That's gonna be an interesting fight.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Depends how Gaethje does it, because he does have his wrestling, and yet I haven't really ever seen him
We
really
will on
wrestle.
UFC 254. You'll see it.
Well, you see him try to stop the wrestle.
Yeah.
It's good. It is fascinating.
That's what I was wondering, because I think that's what I'm hoping he does wrestle. I hope he uses it, because I'd like to see it, see what happens, and see who's better, and yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I want a little of both to mess it up both ways, but I just don't want it. I don't want it to be boring, but I do want to see the grappling and the wrestling, but I don't want it to be, I'm just going to hold you down and do nothing with you.
Right.
I want to see, if you're going to do that, sit there with the elbows, punches, do something. Don't just lay on the person. I hate that.
It's got to be inevitable that Khabib's going to take him down, right? So the question is this: is Gaethje going to get it back up? He's going to get taken down.
Yeah.
It's happening. Will he get back up?
He's got that wrestling background. I think he can get back up. I think he can. I mean, I think I don't know if he's going to get taken down. I don't know if it's going to be easy to take him down because he has the wrestling background. Gaethje, I think he'll get back up. How many times he'll get back up, I don't know.
Yeah. You've seen guys like...
It's different than a grappler, I think, than a wrestler, right? If I hear Kevin correctly. Grappling a little different. I know they take you down too and stuff like that. One of, jiu-jitsu, and the wrestler kind of, their back, I mean, they, like you said, you get a hold of them legs and wrap them legs up, and, they're different how they take down, and they'll try a kick and all of a sudden they're down on the ground, and then it's hopefully ground and pound, but it's going to be a fun fight.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Good. Well, I'm looking forward to it too. Everybody is. And I'm looking forward to the Donald Cerrone fight.
How nervous are you?
Everybody can be nervous for me. I don't care. I'm so rooting for him. And then you can all say what you're going to say to me as usual. And I'll be pissed if you lose this, but hey.
When
if he wins,
yeah,
I'm going to let you know.
I'm sure you will.
Wins. Oh, I'm going to get in all your faces.
Now,
So cute.
To the new people that are watching right now, Ann H has been with the show for a while, and she is a super Donald fan. Like she is the cowboy fan. She's what every cowboy fan looks up to. When Donald does decide to ride off into the sunset, will there be another fighter that you'll latch onto? Will it be someone that you'll be like, all right, I'm die hard, or is that it? Is that it for the favorite super fighter fan?
Yeah, he's pretty much it. I mean, I like other fighters, nobody that I really ride or die like some people like
Will it be
that.
Sean
And that's
O'Malley?
how I am, but I don't know if I really like another one, support somebody that much. I'll like the others. I'll say, okay, so and so's fighting. Yeah, I really like him, but I will, if he's up fighting whoever it is or she, I'll go against him or she. Okay, I'm picking against him.
Mm-hmm.
But
when Cowboys,
I just been with him. I've just always liked his fighting style since the tap out. Yeah, if I can remember that far back and saw him back then. I go, wow, he's going to be somebody. Yep.
Yeah, he's definitely a legend. He's definitely a Hall of Famer. But I think once Cowboy's gone, why don't you just jump on the Sugar Show train?
I like Sugar. I have nothing against him. RX, I have nothing against Sugar. I still like the kid. I have nothing against him. It's just like,
no.
Why does he keep going on and making up? I mean, just take it. I know, 12-1. Okay, you're 12-1. I mean, just go on, move on, keep going. I have. No, you haven't, because you keep talking about it and explaining yourself. Just go on. I mean, you don't sit there and hear Cowboy keep making up excuses.
Yeah.
It's like, get on with it and go. And I have nothing. Like I said, we need the younger people, and then we need the young people coming up. Like you said, these guys are all getting older, old-time favorites, and they're getting older. Eventually, they're going to retire. So we need these young people coming up, taking everybody else. You can't.
Absolutely.
You can't have the older guys in there forever.
That's right. Well, Ann H, listen, you said a lot tonight. You are one of our favorites. We love Ann H, and we know that you're.
I love you guys.
We know you're moist for Cowboy Cerrone's return, and good luck. Hopefully, he gets the dub.
Yeah, I hope so. This goes out to my Aunt Ruth Dan, because I know she rode him to Cowboy, so I hope he wins in September. She passed away on Saturday, so yeah, hopefully he can win.
There you go.
That'd be good.
And thank you so much for the call.
Thank you, guys. Love you.
Love you.
It's Ann H. We love Ann H.
She's so cute.
We love Ann H very much. So much here on the MMA Holes, and hopefully Cowboy gets the dub. You think?
Super
Hold on a
chat.
second. Got super chat.
Good call, Ann H. How do you like my new Photoshop? Have I been redeemed?
Yes.
That one was good. I showed it to Moss. I don't know if he saw it before me, but I asked him if he saw it, and that's probably one of your better ones.
Yeah, look at this. Travis. Yes. Jesse, what do you think?
I think it's wonderful, Moss.
Yeah, baby.
What
Look
do
at
you
that.
think?
Oh, it's the best. That is the best. The Chaos. Mystic Chaos Moss. And his side piece, JB, I don't know.
JB Boobs.
JB Boobs. There you go. Look at that. Look at that team over there. Travis, that's wonderful.
Wonderful.
Thank you very much. And if anyone has any sort of artistic skills or anything, or just wants to talk about MMA or any other shenanigans, go over to the MMAHoles.com. We got a community section. There's a link in the description. You can go there completely free. Talk to your friends over here in the MMA Holes community and just shoot the shit. Hang with the boys. All right, let's open up those phone lines. 516-522-0267. Monday nights have been wonderful for 4 years straight, thanks to the whole MMA Hole community.
Unknown caller, you're live with the MMA Holes. What's your name? What's on your mind?
Yo, John Savage.
What's up, Drunk Savage?
Welcome back.
Well, since Junior is not here to do it, I think I have to do this on his behalf. JBH, you're a casual. Maybe next time you watch film instead of the Tapology stats, you might make better picks. You suck.
Thank you, Drunk Savage.
That was a pretty good
RX.
RX.
Good, Junior.
There you go. That was excellent. It sounded like RX called.
So Anthony Smith, I think he gets fucking murdered at a fucking middleweight. The top 5, dude. I mean, Yoel's gonna fucking destroy him. I mean, maybe Jack Hermanson he might have a chance against, but that's pretty much it. What do you think?
Yeah, Anthony Smith. I think he's just gonna float around. Nothing of meaning in his fights. It's just gonna be like maybe he'll rattle off a win here and there, but I can't see anything that has to do with a title. I don't know what Jesse thinks. Jesse's the one to really ask this.
Yeah, I told you already, though. Listen, I'd like to see him get the title, especially even if he went down to middleweight or something, but I don't know. I think there's going to be some pretty tough competitors even at that division.
Yeah, even with his fucking reach and shit, he ain't going to do shit. I'm sorry, he's fucking done. His only chance at a fucking title was taking that fucking DQ against Jones.
That's it. He had the chance. It was right there. Listen, Adesanya, he gets smoked. Costa gets smoked. Yoel Romero, even the old man Yoel, takes his soul. I was watching Yoel versus Costa again. Oh, my goodness. What a great fight that was. That was insane.
Oh, they got to run that one back.
God, that was so good.
Two fucking monsters.
It's just nuts that Izzy and Yoel was such trash. You know, when you watch Paolo and Yoel just going at it with each other, like it was beautiful to watch those two just beating the fuck out of each other. I don't understand how the Izzy fight sucks, and I'm a little nervous that what if we see the same thing with Paulo Costa? Like, imagine we see that shit again.
No, because I think Paulo's going to fucking rush him.
I hope so.
And Izzy's going to catch him in the second round. Calling it right now.
Man, oh man, he does play into like watching that fight against Yoel. If Paulo comes into that fight with Izzy the same way he went into the fight with Yoel tagged him. Izzy's gonna tag him too, and Izzy can put him away. Izzy's slick. So I don't think that Paulo Costa. I think he's gonna be aggressive, but I have a feeling he's gonna be a little bit more reserved. This is for a title.
Yeah.
You know, and he's undefeated. It's been working for him. But if he thinks that he can take the same game plan with Yoel Romero,
it won't work.
It's not going to be good for Paulo Costa. It's not.
I think Costa's going to try and rush him in the beginning.
If he does, it's going to be problematic. Maybe the small cage would favor Paulo, but I don't know, man. If it's the same game plan as Yoel, I don't see it being a good game plan for Izzy.
Yeah, they're doing it at Fire Island, so it's going to be the big cage.
That's right. So yeah, that makes it a little bit more interesting. But I'm hoping that Paulo Costa really has a unique game plan. I hope he is aggressive and pushes Izzy to the limit. But if he's chasing him around that cage and he's caught off balance, Izzy will tag him and hurt him. It's going to happen.
Yeah. You hear that one guy that knocked out Izzy in kickboxing is coming to UFC?
Yeah, I heard about that. Is that legit, though?
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
That is legit. It reminds me of Connor and Joe Duffy. It reminds me when.
But is he going to come in at heavyweight?
When Joe Duffy came in and it was like the Connor killer's here. Although this guy is an actual legit stud striker.
Is he going to come in at heavyweight or light heavyweight?
No, he's a middleweight. Yeah, it's coming because there ain't no kickboxing going on right now, so he really has no choice.
Mm-hmm. That's interesting. It is interesting to see if Izzy's floating around. But I have a feeling Izzy beats Costa. If he does, I'm not saying it's a guaranteed lock, but if he does beat Costa, he's going to look around and say, hey, Jon Jones, you don't want to fight Francis Ngannou. Let me jump up 2 weight classes and let's have some fun. I see that.
I don't see that happening.
All right,
He's
Jesse.
He's set in fucking middleweight right now. You know, he's running the fucking show. So I don't think he's gonna move up anytime soon.
All right, what do you think, JBH?
I don't know.
She doesn't know. She doesn't know. Actually, I don't blame her because when it comes to these weird super fights and shit like that, she's trying to go by the book. And what we're seeing is the UFC does not do that. Yeah. The UFC just throws these crazy monkey wrenches in there. So who knows anymore? All right.
So Rocco's talking about fighting Till. What do you think of that one?
Rock. I don't like that at all. I'd rather see Rocco versus Weidman too. That's what I would like to see. The more I think about it, just run it back with Chris. I just think it just makes sense for both of them.
It makes sense on paper, but I mean, honestly, they're both fucking falling off. I think it might be a shit fight.
And why is he calling out a guy that's already Till's already got a dance partner? You know, with what's his face? Fuck. Who's he fighting, Till? God damn it.
Till's not fighting nobody. He's injured.
Didn't they say they were locking him up against Jack Hermanson?
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yep.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Darren Till taking a fight, he wants to stay somewhere relevant here, right? And if he fights Luke Rockhold, I don't think it does anything for Darren Till. It's dangerous, actually.
I agree.
You know, so if you're Darren, I don't think a Luke Rockhold fight kind of makes sense. I don't know where they're going to throw Luke in the rankings, but he is a former champ. Chris Weidman at 11. Yeah, I think he's going to be looking up, rather than go back.
Maybe. What do you think about what's that guy you fucking fought the other day? Sean Brady versus Ratlip.
What? Wait, who versus Ratlip?
Sean Brady.
Sean Brady. Well, help me out with Sean Brady. I don't even know who
the guy with the tattoos. He fought the other day versus Christian Aguilar.
Oh, the dude with the Japanese back piece versus Ratlip. Yeah, I'd be down with that.
Fight.
Why, are they talking about that, or is that just something you're throwing?
No, that's something I brought up.
Yeah. Well, weren't they throwing who was it? No, not RDA. The Pettis thing ship sailed. Wasn't there someone else that they threw in the mix for Ratlip?
Yeah, it was. They were just talking about.
Well, maybe Mike Perry.
No,
Mike Perry wants that smoke.
It wasn't Mike Perry. Let me think on it. I know who you're talking about.
I tell you what, I would like Mike Perry versus that dude.
No, it wasn't Mike Perry.
Shopping during a pandemic. Kevin.
Only problem Rakic made was he discounted Jan Blachowicz and talked about facing Dom Reyes. You underestimate legendary Polish power. You may catch a Polish hammer to the jaw. Other than that, I say he's one fight away from a title shot. He just beat number 5.
Yeah, you could throw him in the mix. I'm not opposed from that. For sure. Maybe 2 fights away. You know?
Oh, Kevin actually donated.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to Rakic's skill, the guy is very, very talented. He could be problematic, but
yeah, he's definitely a future champion.
Yeah. All right, Drunk. We gonna let other people call, or?
Yeah, I guess so. RX 12-1 motherfucker, fucking Deofit. Sean O'Malley sucks. He lost. Deofit.
That's right.
All right, Moss.
Later,
Drunk coming back in for round 2. Yeah.
I just have to say, during that call, I made you a little tape sombrero.
Oh, thank you. Looks like a top hat, Jesse. That's not a sombrero. Put it on. Can't see it. It's stuck in the hook.
832, you're live with the MMA Hole. What's your name? What's on your mind?
Yeah, it's me once again. I just wanted to say, I want to get this set in stone. Can we please make this wager official?
What wager?
For 253.
What wager? What are you trying to do? Oh, you mean against Jesse's picks or something, or?
Yeah.
Oh, you're jumping on because you saw her weakness against Justin Jr.
Yeah.
And now you're trying to kick the Jessie when she's
I think
down.
I'm going to calm down a little bit on the wagers.
Man, oh man. Jess, you could redeem yourself here.
Nah, listen, I always take wagers with people and I keep fucking up. So I'm just going to take a step back, get back on my game, and then we'll take wagers.
I think what's happening, though, Jess, is you are going to pick Izzy no matter what. And Pulse is probably going to go
I don't want to play
Costa.
this game again with people that, like, with fighters that I know, like, you know that I have a weakness for. You know, like, it's got to be something that you know I don't have a bias for.
Well, you have a better chance with this one, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
but
Paulo
still.
Costa he's undefeated.
I don't know if I want to play this one, to be quite honest. I'm feeling.
Okay, well we can decide for another card.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
All right.
There's other fights coming up in the year.
Okay, so yeah.
Let's get into the fight briefing intro, Moss.
Is that what he wants?
Yes.
Is that what you want, Pulse?
Yeah, that's what I want, and possibly a segment. You know.
Okay. So there you go, Jess.
We can iron out the details later, but we can do it for another card.
I am not leaving anything in the air. I'm gonna rest this year. I'm not leaving anything in the air. Otherwise, you won't stop bugging me about it.
Justin took her soul, so maybe 2021, Jesse will be back in the wagering department. She got taken out by a 13-year-old.
And one last thing, if I could. This goes out to the little guy who hadn't had pussy since pussy had him. The proper pronunciation of that senator's name is Kamala, not Kamala. Kamala.
Kamala.
Look it up.
All right.
Kamala.
Thank you, Pulse. Appreciate it. Who's he talking about? Senator?
Kamala Harris.
Oh, yes.
Not Kamala.
Okay. Yeah, I checked out of the politics thing, man. It's just out of control.
Don't even get me started.
I'm going to watch the debates, though. I mean, that's must-see TV right there.
God.
516-522-0267. We've got 36 minutes left. Call in. If you haven't called through, try to get past the MMA holes. They're stiff-arming everyone out of the way. If you're new to the show, drop a subscribe. We're live constantly.
Unknown caller, you're live with the MMA holes. What's your name? What's on your mind?
You want to hear a crazy story?
No.
What?
516-522-0267.
I kind of want to hear one.
Call up. We want to get some new blood here, too, man. I mean, you guys are hogging up the phones. We want to get everyone's opinions here. If it gets stagnant, then we'll let the OGs call them back in. But come on. Let's do this. Let's hear your thoughts on the mixed martial arts world.
All right. 516-522-0267. Call in right now.
We have a lot of news to get to, too. We have how many more stories? I think we got to dabble into that as well.
7 stories, 8 stories.
All right. So, yeah, maybe we'll go into the news and end it up with the phone calls. If you want to call in, now's the time to do it. Hey, 224, you're live with the MMA holes. What's your name and what's on your mind?
Super chat.
Hold on, 224. We got a donation.
Knock, knock. Knock, knock who? Knock, knock caller. Caller who? Shout out every caller tonight. Wonderful. Wonderful. Wu-Tang.
Thank you, Ariel. How about that? Thank you for that donation. Hey, 224, how's it going?
Hit the like button. Wonderful, wonderful. Hit the like button. Wonderful, wonderful. Hit that like button, fools. Subscribe, idiots. Kevin, where's your mama?
Damn. Wow, that was fire right there. Absolute fire. Jesse missed it, man. That was beautiful. That was such that was
MMA on a Friday, fuck off on a Friday, drink, smoke, fuck on a Friday, fuck off on a Friday, wonderful, wonderful.
Hit the like button, friends. Hit it up. 532 people watching. You gotta like this stream. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's not that hard. You just hit the thumb up right under the video, right down there. You just hit that thing up right. That's all we ask. We don't ask for anything else. We're not asking you to give blood. Just hit the fucking like button and stop being a gaylord. Hit it!
Wonderful, wonderful. Hit the like button.
All right, thank you. Jesus. For God's sakes. If you're not subscribed, then we don't want you here.
Should we get into some news, Moss?
Sure.
All right. Ricardo Lamas, non-committal on retirement after UFC Vegas 8, saying he just keep chasing those victories.
Okay, Ricardo. So what's going on? Is he leaving now too?
According to MMA Fighting, Ricardo Lamas hasn't made up his mind yet on whether Saturday marked the end of his fighting career. Following a unanimous decision win over Bill Algeo at UFC Vegas 8, Lamas told commentator Paul Felder during his post-fight interview that he was considering retirement. Backstage, the veteran featherweight elaborated on his comments and the possibility that Algeo could be his final opponent. It was a much-needed win for Lamas, who entered Saturday's contest with losses in 3 of his past 4 bouts. He had not competed since June 2019 when he was knocked out inside of one round by Calvin Kattar at UFC 238. Though Lamas suggested that thoughts of retirement may have affected his recent performances, he gave credit to Algeo for stepping up on short notice and giving him a competitive fight. Lamas said the result, not the entertainment value of the fight, was more likely to determine whether he was actually retired. However, he declined to make a definitive statement, adding that his immediate concern is getting home to his family and relaxing. He also mentioned that should the UFC offer him a shitload of money for another fight, he would be interested.
Oh shit, Marky.
All bullshit aside here, what if the country just had all black patrolman law passed? Let the wannabe tough guy bitch ass white guys stay in the office and do the paperwork and answer phones? I think that's the only thing that has a chance of working.
There's a solution from Marky Wahoo.
The greatest show going, MMA-Holes.
Oh shit, we having a party right now, Marky?
The greatest show going.
Are we having a party? Oh shit! Hit me with the wonderful, wonderful in the chat. If you're an MMA hole, drop it in the chat. All right, here we go. Everybody lick my balls. Hit me with the wonderful, wonderful in the chat.
The greatest show going. The greatest show going. The MMA-Holes. Now lick my balls. Good fat. His name ain't Derek, but he's for real. His name is Monster. Host of a show that's like a golden put to our ears. Stagging, now lick my balls. 10 more likes. Don't forget to hit that button or die the 8. You heard the stagging, now lick my balls.
Wonderful, wonderful.
What a classic.
We haven't played that in a while. All right, thank you, Marky Wahoo, for the donation. Jeez. We got sidetracked there for a second. Turned into a damn wonderful, wonderful party.
When asked about his legacy, Lamas wants to be remembered for a 12-year career that was mostly free of outside-the-cage drama. Lamas joined the Zuffa-owned World Extreme Cage Fighting in 2009, picking up a win over veteran Bart Palazewski in his debut. He went 4-2 before the promotion's featherweight roster was merged with the UFC. In his last 4 UFC fights, Lamas knocked off a slew of contenders, including Eric Koch, Hatsu Hioki, and Cub Swanson, to set up a championship bout with Jose Aldo at UFC 169. Although Lamas fell short on the scorecards, he remained a top 10 contender for the better part of the last decade.
Oh, Ricardo. He had a really tough one. That was not an easy fight for him, as he fought a big guy coming in on short notice. Barely got the win there. I mean, it was a crazy back and forth. And as 1983 says, Lamas will not be remembered.
I can understand if he's like tossed on whether or not he wants that to be his last fight.
This guy, remember there was a time where this guy was doing videos mocking Conor McGregor and yada, yada, yada. He was actually a guy that was in the mix, for a title, and it just never worked for Ricardo. And he's just going to fade off into obscurity, unfortunately. Not, or maybe not, unfortunately. I don't know, but poor guy, just never really worked out. I don't know, who cares? Yeah. Who cares about Ricardo Lamas? Next.
Josh Coulibaugh versus Charles Jourdain is in the works for October 3rd's UFC event, so keep your eyes out for that one. It's in the works. It's going to be a featherweight bout. The latest edition is expected on the UFC first show of October. The event doesn't currently have an announced location or venue, though it is expected to take place on Yas Island in Abu Dhabi. Multiple people with knowledge of the situation recently informed MMA Junkie of the targeted featherweight booking, but asked to remain anonymous as the promotion has yet to make an announcement.
Okay. So, what else have we got over here?
All right, here we go. According to MMA Fighting, Frankie Edgar is interested in a legacy fight with Dominick Cruz.
We see these things. This is a fight that makes sense. These guys used to work in the booth together, former champions. They used to have the belt together. If you think about it, these guys are kind of buds. 135, former champ. Let's go for it. Yeah.
At UFC Vegas 7, Frankie Edgar did it again, coming through as an underdog against Pedro Munoz to take a unanimous decision win in his bantamweight debut. The victory skyrocketed Edgar into a 135-pound ranking at number 5 and set him up for a final title run. But with Edgar now growing concern at 135, who should he face next to work his way to a title shot? All of the men ranked above him are currently booked against other contenders, or in the case of Cody Garbrandt, for a flyweight title shot. But that's okay with Edgar, who has an idea about who to face while some other opportunity opens up. Former bantamweight champion Dominick Cruz. In 2011, both Edgar and Cruz were UFC champions, Edgar at lightweight and Cruz at bantamweight. Then in 2013, Edgar dropped down to featherweight, where he challenged for a title on 3 separate occasions. Since his move down to 145, fans have often discussed a potential super fight between Edgar and Cruz, and now they are in the same divisions. A collision seems destined to happen, and should it come to pass, Edgar knows Cruz will present a difficult test for him. Cruz has not fought since his failed title bid against Henry Cejudo at UFC 249 earlier this summer, and that could be perfect timing for Edgar, who is looking to get one more fight in before the end of the year.
All right, so Frankie, the answer, looking pretty decent at 135, looking to finish with another belt. Trying to get it done, as he was the 155 champ. Didn't work out 145. You do have Jose Aldo floating around over there, but I think the Dominick Cruz fight is interesting. It's fresh, it's new, and it just makes sense.
I like it a lot. What's funny is I wasn't really on board with the whole Dominick Cruz thing at first. When I first thought about it, I was like, I don't know. And then it's crazy how quick you can flip in a day.
Plus, if he beats Dominick Cruz, they're just going to go with the whole former champ thing. And they're going to give Frankie the shot next for the belt. It works for Frankie Edgar. Now, if Dominick Cruz wins, it kind of puts him back in the mix too. So it's a win-win for both guys in this situation. So I think, and it's like that weird kind of
do you get excited for Dominick Cruz fights?
Yes. A lot of people don't like Dominick Cruz as a person.
I don't get the most excited for them.
And he is the type of guy that does like to dance around, and sometimes it comes across as boring. But his style of fighting is the reason why there is a TJ Dillashaw. He was one of those guys that a lot of guys spruced from his style, picked from a Dominick Cruz. Like if you look at Sandhagen, same thing. Dominick Cruz started something, and I think he is a legend. Unfortunately, injuries were something that got in his way. But when it comes to him in the cage, he's unique to me. So yeah, I do get kind of interested with Dominick Cruz, but maybe it's a nostalgic thing.
Maybe. I don't think it, listen, it's not like I'm like, oh, it's Dominick Cruz. But I'm not super hyped up when I hear Dominick Cruz is going to fight either. No, listen, there are times that I've rooted against Dominick Cruz. In fact, I probably root for Frankie over Dominick as well. He's kind of a douche-enheimer, but I met both guys. They were both nice in person to me. They took pictures and whatever. Cool dude. We took peas next to each other. It was nice. We urinated together. So maybe that's why I like watching them fight. I don't know. All right. According to MMA Junkie, Dana White's Contender Series number 31 weigh-in results, all fighters did end up making weight, but it is important to note William Knight came in 1.5 pounds overweight. He was given 1 hour, and he did come in at the proper weight limit. So we don't have to worry. He did weigh in on the mark.
Okay, so to those of you who don't know who William Knight is, he fought for CES, he fought for Premier FC. We've worked simultaneously. Actually, the MMA Holes blossomed the exact same time William Knight blossomed. The guy got into the sport the same time we started the podcast. It was kind of a similar uprising. This man has fought in the Contender Series before. He was losing his fight in the Contender Series and then gets the knockout in the final round to get this, what's it called, contract? I keep on this. I don't know. What is it called? The contract that they gave him.
Developmental,
yes. And now he's fighting this guy, Cody Brundage. Now, I'm just going to talk about William for a second. William is like a 5'10" guy that could fight at heavyweight. The guy is pure muscle. He's a freak of nature. The dude can flip all over the cage. He's very acrobatic. He's got bombs in his hand, and he has a wrestling background. Okay. He's weirdly shaped for a guy that fights in light heavy and a heavyweight. He's not that tall when it comes to the light heavy and heavyweights. He is fighting this guy that apparently he trains with, I think, Anthony Smith, and he trains with known UFC fighters. A lot of people are speaking very highly about this guy. He towers over William Knight. He's a big, prospect that is undefeated. You look at these two at the face-offs, and you're like, how is William Knight going to win this fight? Now, you may not care about this, but this man's an MMA hole, William Knight, okay? So you better put some respect on William's name. When he missed the end, he was going to come on the show, but he said, listen, we spoke to him briefly. He said he will come on after this thing. He wants to be completely laser focused for this thing, and he almost missed weight. He steps on the scale. It looks like he was going to fucking cry. Hour passes. He gets the job done. He comes in at the proper weight, and the fight's going to happen. And he's very confident on social media saying he's going to guarantee the win.
Yeah.
Now, after seeing the face-off, after seeing a tough weight cut, what do you think William Knight's chances on winning this fight?
I'm excited for him. I'm happy he was able to make the weight. You know, I think that's, God, my heart sunk when I first found out that he had missed weight. So I'm happy that he was able to make the weight. There's a concern of mine, though, that perhaps Dana White, by seeing that he initially missed weight, even though he made it now, seeing that he initially missed weight, Dana White might look at that as he wasn't prepared.
Well, Dana White doesn't give a fook, because if you look at his Twitter, he threw it out there. He threw the promo for William Knight. So Dana White, listen, he made weight. Whether it took an hour or not, he did it when he was the time given.
Yeah.
So the missing weight is not a problem. I was nervous. I was nervous that he wasn't going to make the weight. He did make the weight. So now it just comes down to who wins this fight, okay? No matter who wins this fight, they're going to get a contract. Mark my words, this shit is going to be fire. Now, we sent William a shirt, and it's a little too big.
He said he wanted that size.
This is the size he said. William, we got to get you a shirt that fits, but you have to win this fight. That's the stipulation, William Knight. You need to win this fight. You need to get that contract. So tune in tomorrow night. Make sure you subscribe to the MMA Holes. We're going to be doing a live fight reaction, and we're going to put everything into this thing. It's the second fight on the card. We're all in. We're all in. Our buddy William Knight is going to try to get the job done. We believe in him, and he's guaranteeing a win.
Yes.
So we'll see how this works out. It's going to be a lot. It's going to be very interesting.
According to MMA Mania, Jon Jones hits the weight room as heavyweight preparations begin. Now, you can't play the music. You can play the video because it is Jon Jones's recording. If you click the link, Moss.
Okay.
You can play the video. You just can't play the music.
Okay.
So make sure your volume's off, because
So it's just his training?
Yeah, it's him hitting the gym, getting ready to hit that heavyweight limit, Moss.
All right, let's turn this off.
No music.
All right. Oh, I saw this. Yeah, I saw this.
It's a lot of weight on that bar.
How much is the squat in here? The chicken legs still in full effect, like that. Okay.
Here we go.
What is he wearing? Why is his nip out? What's that about? What's with the nip slip? All right, hold on. Let's zoom in.
Now tell me if you think he's struggling, Moss.
Well, I mean, it's a lot of weight. What are those 45-pound plates? Do the math, Jesse. 3 45s on each side, right? What does that equal? 45 times 3 is what? Help me out, Jesse. Oh, shit. Come on, Jess.
Isn't it like 20?
Come on, Jess. Give it to me. 45 times 890 plus 45 is
it's like
135.
27, 270.
What?
27, 45 is 90, and 90
What?
is 180 plus
760?
90. What's 180 plus 90?
45.
270.
270. Thank you. Okay. Sorry.
Stop fucking throwing out numbers when I'm trying to do math.
All right, here's it. So 270 pounds plus the bar is what? 45 pounds? Right?
Yeah, so about 300 pounds.
Yeah, Matt Stone says like 315.
Give or take.
Somewhere around here. 300 plus. Right? If you put the bar in. Okay. Here's Jon Jones. By the way, it's not a lot of weight, Jesse.
What?
I can
over
squat
300 pounds? You can't squat that.
I tell you right now, I haven't squatted in I don't know how long. I guarantee I could squat that. I'm telling you.
Okay.
And I got the chickenest of chicken legs.
Okay.
That's not a lot of weight.
Wait, tell me if you think he's struggling. Stop pausing him, Moss.
All right, let's see.
Here we go. Looks struggling to me, Moss.
Let's see. Get it up. Oh, man.
Wait,
come on.
that's just the first one, though.
Wait for the picograms to kick in.
Okay, these ones don't look struggling, but wait. When you get to the fourth one here. I'm seeing some struggle, Moss.
Oh, man. How is he going to beat up a heavyweight?
He can't do 5. Here we go. Oh, shit.
He went all the way down. How many do? 5?
5.
I think, okay. This is what I'm going to say here. All right? This is number one bullshit.
This is number one bullshit.
What Jon Jones is doing is I guarantee he could squat more than that. I guarantee he can do more reps. Right?
What do you mean?
This doesn't make any sense. Give me the fucking calculator.
If he's doing it in...
Give me the calculator.
If he's doing it in sets, Moss, he doesn't need to do a lot in a set.
Hold on.
You could do sets of 5. And he could do like 4 or 5 sets.
135 times 2 equals 270, right? Yeah, it's probably around 300 pounds.
Yeah, that's what we already figured
Plus,
out. Plus,
hold on, 45, 315.
that's what we already figured
Yeah.
out.
So this man over here, okay, he is not struggling. He is playing possum. He is trying to show the heavyweight division that he's like, oh, I'm struggling 5 reps of 315 pounds.
If he's doing 5 sets of 5, Moss, that's 25 squats of 315 pounds.
I think he is playing possum. I am telling you right now, the heavyweights are like, oh, look at this guy. He can't fucking do that. Can't do that.
I highly doubt
And meanwhile,
that.
he's belting out a bunch more reps.
I don't know about that.
He's playing possum. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm going with. Don't let this video fool you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let it fool you. I'm 45 years old and I could do that. Right?
Right.
I'm 48 years old and I could do that. I'm 53 years old and I could do that, Jesse. I'm telling you.
How does your age just keep going up?
I'm 74 years old and I can do that. And I got the chickenest of chicken legs.
Yeah. Whip poor Will says that's like 1,000 pounds on the bar. Marker says you might be right, Moss. Michael Hermer, many high school football players squat that all day. Marky Road, didn't some Olympian guy asshole fall out? 1983, you should have Artem Ryan Hall and Jason Knight's heads in the bubble behind you, Moss.
What?
In the bubble behind you? Go to the MMA-Holes Hour scene.
Yeah.
Go to the scene.
What are we talking about?
What the fuck are you doing?
I don't know what you're
really
talking about.
spacing out. I think they're talking about these bubbles behind you. Put their little faces inside the
In the bubbles?
Yes.
Okay.
Spacey cadet over here.
Who the hell's Spacey Cadet?
You like a space cadet?
I'm looking at this and I don't believe it. I don't buy it.
Yeah. It looks like some huge Russian guy gave birth to a baby horse, says Marky Wahoo.
What?
The double champ, I don't think so, Moss. Drunk Savage, I'm drunk. Marker says LOL. Post reloaded, Moss scored 4 touchdowns in a single game, like Al Bundy at Polk High. The double champ says I don't think so, Moss.
What do they don't think? I'm confused.
I don't know. All right, I've got some more news for you, Moss.
All right.
There is a comprehensive list that was just released of UFC fighters, coaches, and cornermen who have all tested positive for COVID-19.
Oh, perfect. That's great.
Wonderful. Shit. According to MMA Mania, the COVID-19 pandemic has really taken a toll on the entire planet. As far as the sports world is concerned, it put a halt to all activity for a few months for precautionary reasons. After all, no one was or still is equipped to battle this invisible enemy. A few months into the pandemic, UFC President Dana White defied the odds and kept his promise of being the first major sports organization to get the ball rolling, staging UFC 249 on May 9, 2020 in Jacksonville, Florida. It didn't take long for COVID-19 to show its ugly head, though, as Ronaldo Souza and few of his cornermen tested positive for the virus, prompting his removal from the event. As a result, UFC implemented extensive testing and precautionary protocols, as well as locking down a private island to stage fights in order to further prevent the spread of the virus at events. Several cases have popped up since the onset of the pandemic in March 2020, forcing the promotion to scramble, reschedule bouts, and book last-minute replacements. Below you will find the extensive and updated list of all positive tests produced by fighters and or their coaching staff, as well as those who are affected by coronavirus without testing positive. Rose Namajunas revealed she had withdrawn from her fight against Jessica Andrade at UFC 249 after losing several family members to COVID-19. Lyman Good was the first UFC fighter to test positive in March. Ronaldo Souza and 2 of his cornermen tested positive. Ian Heinisch was almost forced to withdraw from UFC 250 after one of his cornermen tested positive. And it was later revealed the test was a false positive. Matt Frevola was removed from his fight against Frank Camacho at UFC Vegas 3. And Frevola's cornerman, one of them, also tested positive. UFC fighter Billy Quarantino tested positive. Ramiz Brahimash.
Who cares, right? Who cares about those guys?
I mean, listen, that's a lot of people.
Yeah, COVID's
Pedro Munoz,
fake.
Vinicius Moreira, Anderson Dos Santos, Alexander Romanov, and Carlos Esparza.
The show must go on.
Joseph Benavidez, Irene Aldana, Vivian Araujo.
Benavidez got it too?
Gerald Mearshart, Julia Avila.
What is this article
Magomed
from?
Ankalaev and Ian Cutelaba fight was scratched because of Cutelaba.
What is this article from?
MMA Mania.
Okay, MMA Mania. Stop being a worrywart, okay? Everything's fine. Everyone's gonna live. They got it under control. So stop
That doesn't sound pretty under control to me, Moss.
Stop making these stupid-ass stories. Listen, MMA Mania. Enough, okay? What are you trying to prove here? It's fine. The UFC is plugging away. They have more fights than ever right now, and we're in the middle of a pandemic. A couple of people get the coronavirus, they recover, they're fine. No one's dying from this thing in the UFC. So MMA Mania, you could take that story and shove it up your ass. Jesus Christ. I mean, come on. Get the fuck out of here. I mean, really. What's going on here? It's ridiculous. Yes, the virus is something to be concerned about, of course, right? There are things that are unknown that we don't know about. There are people that do die from this thing, but the UFC has not killed anyone from this virus. It's running. People are going to get sick no matter what. You're going to go to the fucking grocery store, you're going to get sick. So what do you want to do? Have everyone just stay home? No, it's fine. So we move on. MMA Mania.
According to MMA Fighting, Vitor Belfort urges Vanderlei Silva to stop posting fake news posters and start negotiating.
Vitor Belfort and who?
Vanderlei Silva.
What is going on? These two are going to fight?
Silva went on social media Sunday night to tease a potential MMA event featuring his long-awaited rematch with Vitor Belfort, as well as rematches featuring Fabricio Verdum, Fedor Emelianenko, Tito Ortiz, and Rashad Evans. Belfort seems to want in, but not on those terms. The poster on Silva's Instagram post, which was deleted hours later, advertised a show called Fight Club After Dark at Mike Tyson's ranch in Desert Hot Springs, California. On November 21st, Silva's longtime coach Rafael Cordero even had Belfort on camera saying the rematch was about to happen. Hours later, however, Belfort made a post on his social media with a message to his longtime rival, the Phenom, who signed a deal with One Championship after parting ways with the UFC, wrote that, quote, "My promoter and my manager Lloyd are waiting for you and your manager."
He wants to just kill Vanderlei, right? I mean, Vanderlei, come on.
Belfort wrote, "I'll give you an advice. Stop posting and start negotiating. Your request has been accepted. Stop posting fake news posters and let's get it done." In a minute-long video posted on Sunday, Belfort
This reminds me
Silva,
of Tito and fucking, what's his face?
Liddell?
Chuck Liddell.
Yeah.
They already scrapped, and were you gonna,
Yeah.
you're gonna beat the old man up? Like, how old's Vanderlei now?
Let me look.
Candy Lay? Felony already beat him up. Come on. Come on, man. What are we doing here?
He's 44.
He's 44 years old, and Vitor is what? He's probably 40, right? 39, 40, somewhere around there. Or maybe he's 41. But he's back on the sauce.
43.
Oh, he's 43?
Yeah.
They are pretty close. Why does Vitor look fantastic if Vanderlei looks like he's been through a meat grinder?
Did you see the post Vitor Belfort made on his Instagram?
Let's see.
This
they're
is
closer
his,
in age than I
This is his message to Silva.
Talk about brain damage, though. Vitor Belfort, man, this guy's got to have fucking brain damage. Both of them, him and Vanderlei. Oh, for fuck's sake! It's Lou Ferrigno. It's Jerry Curl, Lou Ferrigno. I'm Lou Ferrigno, and I'm now. Oh, I gotta put the sound on, Jesse.
Yeah.
That was my Lou Ferrigno.
Galera, acabei de posar aqui em Miami.
Actually, I wasn't far off, Jesse.
E o Rafael lá postou.
I'm turning into Lou Ferrigno. I can't hear anymore. I'm mute. I don't even know what's going on. Look at my hair. It's growing from my steroids.
All right, he's speaking in another language. I can tell you what he said.
Vídeo lá que o Vanderlei postou que vai.
I'll translate for him, Jesse.
Okay.
Luta que fez cartaz.
I was playing the Hulk.
Bom, quero esclarecer para vocês.
You won't like me when I'm angry.
Que a minha equipe, meu agente.
I want to have sex with Vanderlei's face.
Já ligou para ele.
I like jelly beans.
O chat do One
I shat once.
Championship já falou que essa luta vai sair.
And it made a big mess in my pants.
E bom, agora é só depende dele. É só ele começar a negociar.
I had the salad, but it was not fresh.
Com a gente.
It was garbage.
Porque vale lembrar que.
And then my eyebrows fell off from eating a bad salad.
Pra luta acontecer.
I couldn't believe it.
Ele vai ter que se mexer.
I took another shit after that.
Não tem como. Ele tá aqui nessa luta. Então eu vou dar um conselho pra você, Vanderlei.
I'm waiting for my balls to grow back from all these steroids.
Entre em contato com o pessoal, se dedica aí.
All right, that's enough. What did he say?
Basically, he's saying, start negotiating. I've already accepted your fight. Stop posting a bunch of stupid shit and just start negotiating.
Oh. He looks great.
Yeah.
His face is all roided back up, though, right? Look at his face. He's back on.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Anything else?
According to MMA junkie, Dominick Reyes changes his tune on Jon Jones. Thanks, the light heavyweight GOAT, for the experience. So when he was talking shit, Moss, he's moved on from Jon Jones, at least for now. Since dropping a razor-thin decision loss to the UFC light heavyweight champ, Reyes has been chomping at the bit to run things back with Bones. But after Jones vacated his title, Reyes claimed that the long-reigning champ relinquished his belt because of him and that his ego won't let him admit it. Jones responded, reminding Reyes of what happened to both Alexander Gustafsson and Daniel Cormier when he rematched with them, both whom he finished. With Jones moving up to heavyweight, Reyes will now face Jan Blachowicz for the vacant light heavyweight title in the co-main event of UFC 253 on September 26. Reyes may not be getting his rematch, but he has decided to put his rivalry with Jones behind him. He left the former champion a surprising but complimentary message on Twitter.
It was a dick pic.
Wishing him luck in hopes that they get to square off again down the line. He said, quote, "Hey, Johnny Bones, thank you for the experience, man. I wish you the best of luck in your journey. I know things got a little crazy, but I just wanted to be pushed beyond my perceived limits by the light heavyweight GOAT again. God bless, and God willing, we get to dance and under those lights again."
I tell you, another one that could chase John to heavyweight, you know?
Yeah.
Dominick Reyes, it looks like he's a lock for that strap, but you have Jan Blachowicz, who is problematic. It could be maybe he's possibly a bad matchup. Regardless of the fact, it should be an interesting fight, and we're going to definitely see an Anu.
Yes.
Very soon.
All right. According to MMA Fighting, Brian Kelleher is now expected to face Kevin Natividad at UFC Vegas.
Oh, man,
9.
I've been waiting for this fight forever, Jesse. Oh, I'm telling you, Brian Kelleher, he's, all joking aside, he is interesting to watch. He's he brings the spunk, you know, but I couldn't give two fucks, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
No one is like, hey man, when is that Brian Kelleher gonna fight again? I mean, he does put on a nice little scrap, but no one gives a fuck, right?
That's the last story of the evening, Moss.
So let's analyze his tattoo on his chest. I mean, he went all in on the Jesus.
Yeah.
He went all in. Look at that. What does it say up top?
I don't know. I can't read it.
Do you think this gives him a one-way pass into heaven?
No.
I heard that if you get religious tattoos, you are guaranteed into heaven.
I don't think that's the case, Moss.
That's not the deal?
No.
By the way, is Jesus flying or is he on the cross? Did they forget to put the cross on there? He's just fucking... Is that Jesus Michael Jackson? Because didn't Michael Jackson used to do that pose?
Yikes, Moss.
They got to put the cross on. Why not? Why leave the cross out? Right? He's hanging. Is he crucified to his chest? Is that what it is?
Oy.
You got to love MMA tattoos, man. You got to love him. He's crucified to his chest. Maybe that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want Jesus crucified to that cross. I want him crucified to my fucking skin. That's what I want. Brian Kelleher.
All right, so that's it, Moss.
All right, let's take a look at the card coming up.
All right.
Card coming up, and we will be reacting live to the Contender Series tomorrow. So make sure you're subscribed, especially after that wonderful, wonderful Jesus bit. I'm sure you're going to be dying to subscribe to this channel. All right, let's see. This weekend, we're going to go over to the old tap. We're going to move over. LFA has been going on. I haven't been paying much attention to LFA. I did see that, what's-his-face, Giannetti lost. Was that an LFA? I don't even know where the hell he fights. But Giannetti, who is a former UFC fighter, briefly, didn't work out well for him. And that guy, he lost again. And that guy's never getting back to the UFC. Joe Giannetti. Overeem versus Sakai. We spoke about Alistair earlier. Will he make another run? Another guy that's got a gazillion fights, 46-18-0. Always get excited to see Alistair. Versus a 15-1-1 Augusto Sakai. Now, I'm not sold on who Sakai beat to say, all right, this guy's going to be, the next champion, but it should be a decent scrap between the two. St. Preux versus Benefield.
Roasted. Boom, roasted. You suck.
You suck.
Boom, roasted.
Let's see what Marky's got to say.
How do you think a three-man team calling UFC fights that consists of Wandy, Costa, and CYBORG does. That would be something.
It'd just be like, how about James Lynch, by the way, who's got like a regular show with Chris Cyborg. So shout out to James Lynch, one of the few media people we like. That's it, James Lynch and
Probably
Ariel.
the only media person we like.
I'll stick to my guns. I still like Ariel, even though
Ariel's cool.
He takes some weird stances here.
Everyone else is shite.
Ariel's cool. He's cool with us. But yeah, James Lynch and Ariel. Everyone else could suck a hog, like a big fat Kevin from Chicago hard hog. Hard hog. Ovince St. Preux versus Alonzo Menafield. This was supposed to happen because of the coronavirus. Scrapped. Now it's back. He's cured. So that's an interesting co-main. Eubanks, the man.
Eubanks is back, baby.
Yeah, I love that dude. Versus Carol. That was a
Rosa.
joke. Right? Rosa. Yeah, who cares? There he is. Pereira versus what is this?
Imadeev.
Imadeev.
Zalim
Rock me, Imadeev. Rock me, Imadeev. So that's happening. 2-fight losing streak for both. So hang in there, friends. That's going to be crazy. It might be interesting, though.
Moises. Oh, Jalen Turner's on here. He's a pretty good fighter.
It's
I mean, he's
Moises.
back and forth, really, but.
Moises looks like Chris Blaine, David Blaine, right? Is David Blaine, is that the magician?
Yes.
All right. David Blaine versus Jalen Turner. That's happening. What else we got here? Bartosz Fabinski versus Andre Muniz. And De La Rosa versus... who cares? Wow.
And there's Brian Kelleher.
Oh, there he is. There is Brian Kelleher with the Jesus tattoo opening it up. Yeah, I mean, is it the best card? No, but who cares? It's fight night. There's some things. There's probably going to... I guarantee this is going to be another one of those cards where it's just going to be blazing fiery. Finishes, submissions, crazy decisions. So just stop complaining.
Yeah.
I'm done. I haven't complained about a fucking fight night in a while. When was the last time I complained about a card?
I can't recall.
Ever since the pandemic, I'm so thankful that we have UFC.
Yeah.
And for the most part, the cards haven't been bad. Last week, we had 4 submissions, and then it was kind of shit, with the decisions and everything like that, but I still was entertained. We got UFC, man. Who gives a fuck? Why does everyone got to complain? All right, last comments from the chat, and then we're out of here, man. 1 minute and 23. Thank you so much to the people for joining us on a Monday night.
The Gozerian says, wonderful, wonderful. Niall Flanagan, peace and love. Roberto Lopez, Kevin, not from Chicago, hits on men from Florida.
Oh, that's, yeah.
Kevin from Chicago, this card is real bad. Drunk Savage calls. We already did calls, bro. What the fuck? Roberto Lopez says, difficult gambling card. Mike H., don't complain. Marky Wahoo with the face mask and the rock sign in there. Flatter Deacon, wonderful, wonderful.
That's it. No more complaining, friends. When it comes to UFC cards, now pay-per-views, okay, you have an argument because you have to pay the price of the pay-per-view. So you can complain there. You have every right to do that because why are we spending freaking $70 for a fight card? That's stupid. That's ridiculous. We need to stop with that pay-per-view bullshit. But fight nights, come on, man. It's on ESPN Plus or sometimes it's on regular ESPN. Just shut up and watch the fights.
Shut up.
Right?
Yeah.
You excited for William Knight tomorrow?
Guys, we're going to be live at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for Dana White's Tuesday Night Contender Series tomorrow night. So make sure you tune in with us for that. We'll be doing a live reaction. We're also going to be live Wednesday night for TGIW at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Thursday night for Fight Briefing at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And Friday night for Food Off Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. And then we'll be live for the fights on Saturday. So tune in every single night to catch your local MMA holes.
That's right. We're constantly live over here. We appreciate all the support from the community. Thank you for all the likes and the shares. People buying the merch, throwing the donations in. I mean, I can't get over the support that we have from this amazing MMA community. If you are not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so you know when we're live. And be wonderful, wonderful.
Wonderful.
If you don't do that, I'm telling you right now, we don't care about you. We only care about the subscribers. So if you're not subscribed and you just hanging on there like, oh, I'm just going to watch because I get the alerts anyway, because I watch you guys so much and I'm too fucking lazy. I don't care about you. I only care about the subscribers, the MMA holes. So everyone else can fuck off. Jesse, say those magic words.
As always, guys, don't be an a-hole. Be an MMA hole.
Yeah!